days and my life is yours! Jesus. Hello and welcome to the Easy Allies podcast in the middle of February. I'm Michael Huber, joined by
Isla. Hello.
Joined by.
Are they going to have the phone call Easter egg in that, do you think, in part 1 or whatever it was?
Phone call?
Phone call?
You don't remember the... Not a true fan.
Am I a
fake
Fake
fan?
fan? Fake
Not
fan?
a true
Fake fan? I'm a fake fan.
Here you go.
Dude.
God of War phone number Easter egg. Look it up. What do you do? What do you do to dial to hear Kratos from the original God of War? The God of War phone number where you get a message.
So
Come on.
So good.
I remember now. You're refreshing my memory.
Thank
Do you think
Damiani.
that will still be anyway. Fun stuff.
Anyway, Michael Damiani is his name.
Joined by.
Hey yo. That's my
Casanova.
name now. That's
There
my
it
name.
is.
I'm Heyo now. Oh,
We're all
hey,
here.
Yeah.
We are Easy Allies. This is the Easy Allies podcast, and we have a mega episode today. Is this good height? See, I look really low on the wide.
I can
but-
get shorter.
but really tall on the short. There we go. Nice, good.
Does that make you feel more comfortable?
Yeah.
You're taller than the
Yeah.
girl now?
I'll be Wolverine. No, comic accurate
Short
Wolverine.
king?
Yeah,
Short king? I feel like now we're both too short.
I do feel so low.
I literally just
low.
bottomed out the chair. Is this good? Is this good podcast content?
Is this good?
Is this good?
Are you happy?
Do you like this?
Are you happy out there?
Like and subscribe?
We are here to talk about so many things. We
My God.
just watched the State of Play, the Sony State of Play.
We are riding high.
and
dude.
it was just a megaton State of Play, one for the ages. We're feeling really good about it. We also have some brutal news. You know, you have the happy news and the sad news, and that is kind of the duality of existing as a human. We have Highguard devs hit with layoffs. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Baldur's Gate 3 is getting a TV adaptation. The video game Hollywood pipeline just continues to rise and thrive and be just there's a lot. And then Remedy announces a new CEO.
Yeah.
Yeah, and more. We have
We're
a
talking
couple.
about 3 games.
Yeah, we have a couple game coverages as well. I've been playing Reanimal, Yakuza 3, and
Romeo is a dead man.
yes,
And we had an interview with Quentin and
yes,
Elaine
Quentin and Elaine.
from
We have
Ironroot Games.
Yes, Ironroot Games. We have a full-on interview in the back half of this episode that we're going to add into the
Yeah. The full podcast.
full podcast. Yes.
It's a doozy, but it's good. It's real good.
Yes. Let us just dive right into the hype, to the fucking meat and potatoes.
Woo!
The PlayStation State of Play.
Feels good to have a good showcase again. Holy shit. It's been a
Amazing.
minute. I feel like.
And surprises. It is
Yeah.
so hard to have surprises. I try to stay away from like the leaks and the spoilers. I don't know if there were and if they were out there, but I did not see any of them, so I was shocked by a lot of this stuff. First up, we're going to go in order here. We're going to dive in.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw it to Damiani first up. Kenna Scars of Cosmora.
Yeah.
Kana. I
Yeah,
always say
apparently
that.
Kana.
Yes.
Not Kenna, like
Yes.
the one of my favorite musical artists of my teens who
There you
disappeared
go.
off the face of the earth.
Kana. Yeah, Kana, when it came out, everyone was like, holy crap, this looks like a Pixar movie because the visuals are so good. I finished this game and it was just such an awesome 8 out of 10 with the hope of a sequel. And now here we are. Damiani, what are your thoughts? I remember you reviewed this game.
Yeah, you said exactly what I was thinking. The first game had a lot going for it that did very well. And I really hoped, I said it before we started recording, I went back and watched my quick 5-minute review, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I said I wanted to see more of this. And like, that was like the ending sentiment, was that hope that Ember Lab gets a chance to make a follow-up to this and build upon what they did, because while it looked amazing, soundtrack really good, the environments, even though they're a little bit more like linear and straightforward, it had a lot going for it, but showed that they weren't maybe as experienced with the combat and some of like the boss design. And this one, everything they showed like way more fluid animation. Very fast-paced combat, a lot of variety in the combat, a lot of boss battles, which looked like they were showing a lot of things that gave me hope that, oh yeah, they are taking a lot of the criticism to the first game to heart and are trying to build upon that. And the most interesting thing is, the first game was about like guiding deceased people. You were like a bridge to the spirit world. This one, they said the theme's like helping the living now. You're not like just helping deceased, which is kind of nice. But also
the dead are gone, John. Only the living matter. John Wick Chapter 4.
John Wick. The cute little Ghibli little like suit things or whatever weren't. I don't think I saw them in here, and that was like a big part of the gameplay of the original one. I think they might be moving on from that and doing something a little bit different. So I'll be very curious to see what they do, because there's way larger environments. The first game were like very nice looking environments, but very, very linear. Feel like, side attractions there. You had like a hub village. This was like one of the first areas, like, wow, this looks massive. Like, this is huge. And, riding your little companion on a mounted, running around like that, like, it looks really good. And it looks like, as I said, it looks like they are definitely building upon what they did here. And I'm very excited for this.
It's really refreshing to me, because this kind of harkens back to 5-6 years ago, when it felt like PlayStation was trying to kind of like foster independent developers more and like support them and let them grow from like, a smaller budget, smaller success game, and like keep iterating on it and not just like let it die or get rid of it like so many things are these days.
For sure.
So yeah, this is really nice. Like, it's like a heartwarming kind of thing to see it.
Hell yeah. Yeah. And the combat just looks, way better already by not having those little companion things. I remember that was such a big part of the first game, and it didn't always work for me. They were so cute and adorable, and it was fun, like narrative-wise with them, but like the act of combat with them was kind of like, it's okay. Yeah.
It was that, the pairing, and like timing. There was also like, I remember there being a big discrepancy, because you'll like this, Hubert, real quick, difficulty settings. Yeah. I played on normal. Boss battles felt really challenging on normal, so I turned it on to easy, but then easy felt like a cakewalk. Yeah. There was nothing in between. So I was like, I don't want it to be a cakewalk, but like some of these bosses on normal, like,
they were kind of intense. A little bit with the parry. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So hopefully they've taken that to heart as well. That they can either give you a little bit more granular with that, or that the combat just takes care of itself. Because parrying was contributing a lot to my difficulty in the boss battles. Also, like how healing worked. I remember you had to like interact with those blue plant things that you had to like absorb, and you had to like manually target them. Town. Yeah, we'll see. But this looks way better. Visually, it's so crazy to look back at the Kena 1 footage and be like, this looks good, but like you tell it's dated, and this looks so, it's crazy.
When one's trailer came out, we were all like, whoa, it looks so beautiful. Yeah. So cool. So awesome. I love a sequel just being able to build on the foundation of the original. That's one of my favorite things. And I love seeing an older character too, when you experience a character's story.
Main character getting older, always a win.
So hype. All right, next up was Ghost of Yotei Legends.
March 10th. Looks
free
cool.
DLC, super awesome. If you played Tsushima Legends, you'll know what to expect here. Combat in Yotei is so freaking awesome. So just, hyper focusing on that in Legends, and having the co-op like raid mechanics. I remember the first Legends 2 had such a good build up to kind of the final challenge. Hopefully this one they'll echo that.
Yeah.
Then we got Death Stranding 2 coming to PC.
March 19th.
Hyped for the mods there, Damiani, I'm sure. Mod that up, do some cool shit.
Even, run even better, that's all. We knew this was coming.
Frame
nice to get,
frame generation.
Yes. Yeah. Then it was For Loop,
the
Annapurna, or no, Bad Robot.
This is Bad Robot. J.J. Abrams, I don't know, like Arc Raiders. Yeah. What is it?
Big Rubik's Cube.
Rubik's Cube in the sky.
Yeah.
Like,
hopefully they're doing the right thing though. They said they're doing like beta.
Server slam, whatever.
Yeah, they're not just coming out because we saw how that went
doesn't
recently.
always work.
Yeah, but I'm also worried because of how these types of games, it's so cutthroat right now that if it doesn't work, or if we're just going to see another studio closure. Like,
Yeah, it's scary.
I
It
get
is a
very anxious
crowded
when they announce these
space.
types of games now.
Yeah, it is really, really scary.
Yeah.
Then we saw more Pragmata.
Pragmata this
Not
time.
Mata, Nintendo.
What's the matter, you?
It's a rivalry now, yeah.
Yeah, it's
What if
Pragmatas
they
versus
say
the
officially
Pragmatas.
on Nintendo it's pronounced one way, on PlayStation it's
Oh, yeah, if you play it on Switch, it's Pragmata
Funny.
because there's something the matter, and then you play it on PlayStation, it's Pragmata.
Coming out so soon, Capcom is out of their minds. Resident Evil is February 27th. This is April 24th, and a demo is out now, so you can give it a shot.
It's out.
I've played it twice, and it's awesome. I hope people like it.
We had a Requiem,
I'm not crazy.
Resident Evil Requiem trailer that Huber averted his
Yeah, I
eyes.
refused, but I did see the end shot.
We did see-
obviously.
we did see
I
some
had no idea what
stuff.
was going on.
Yeah, it was
okay.
vague enough. There was one thing I saw that I could have not seen.
Yeah. Come on,
With
Capcom.
Rose's perhaps backstory, but I
Like-
guess it makes sense. Her mom was involved in like earlier stuff, whatever. But like, hell yeah, man, we're
Yeah.
fucking stoked out of our minds.
Yeah.
Rose
The
or
first-
Grace?
Grace, whatever.
The
All
first
so
true
everybody's- Oh yeah,
goatee.
Rose is in the future, whatever.
I was like, ooh.
Grace, not
Grace,
Rose.
Grace.
But although there was some lady with a shorter blonde haircut, and I was like, who's that? Who's this now? But who knows?
Metamycetia. What?
The Metamycete.
Love the Metamycete.
Metamycete, Damiani.
Love that shit. Metamycete cross G virus.
Spencer, dude, they're talking about the
There was
T
a-
virus in this.
Hebert,
Yeah.
there was a document. They held up a document for a little, or they were like zoomed in on a document for that someone was like reading
Umbrella
a report.
logo?
Let's
It
pause
was a
it.
report. It was like the Raccoon City report or something.
Sphere Hunter will have a video about it.
I fucking love
Later today.
more than anything a report in Resident Evil games.
Yeah, oh,
Those
yeah,
are my
yeah,
favorite
yeah.
documents.
I hope it's written by like Hunk.
Yeah, it's time. It's fucking time, Capcom. Get Hunk in there.
the fucking the
time.
fact that her like Ashcroft, Alyssa Ashcroft or whatever her first name is, has a news article that you can find in 7.
Yep.
is so crazy.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Legacy of Kain Defiance remastered March 3rd.
Looks sick.
Keeping it alive. There's a deluxe edition demo of an unreleased
Yeah.
game.
The
That is
deluxe edition has
incredible.
dark something. The unreleased sequel to this. There's a demo in it in the deluxe edition, which is a crazy good inclusion for a deluxe edition. Sucks that they're keeping it hostage, but
Yeah, totally. Give it to us. But I'm sure they're assuming, like, oh, if you're a Legacy of Kain fanatic,
Yeah.
you'll get the deluxe edition.
Yeah.
But next up is Brigandine Abyss 2026.
didn't know what was going on in that.
Don't really know what's going on. We got Dead or Alive 6 Last Round.
The boob block.
June 25th. Free-to-play version at launch also, which is really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And Dead or
Well-
Alive 7 development has started, so we're still
It
rolling.
was a next DOA.
Yeah.
We're
Next
assuming
DOA.
7, yeah.
Which was so funny because the camera, I mean, like, they're DOA games, so whatever, but the camera just, like, pans up a woman and then literally just stopped on her boobs.
Yeah.
And then it said development is
Beach
in progress.
volleyball. But also, if you are trying to hide a character's face,
Sure.
like, where do you stop?
Where do you stop the camera?
Where do you stop?
On the titties.
Yeah.
A treat for everybody.
Next, Control Resonant 2026.
Woo!
Looking fucking good. So hyped.
Bonkers
Finally,
melee
a
combat.
absolutely full open world from Remedy. They've, like,
Did they say that?
I mean, it looks so open world, and I'm pretty sure they've confirmed.
Who knows?
No,
it
they
looks like it
confirmed.
could be levels, but who knows?
No, they confirmed this shit.
Okay. I'm not doubting you. I'm just asking for clarification.
Yeah, I was curious about that also because at first to me it looked open world, but as
Yep.
they were
This
traversing,
looks
Yeah.
like open
it
field.
seemed very guided, sort of like one direction. Like when they changed gravity, it was always like,
Yeah,
you got to
open
change
field, it
gravity to
seems to
there
me.
now.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like truly like you were thinking Gravity Rush.
I don't
I'm
think
like,
you can
I
just
don't
jump to
know
any of
if
these
it's
buildings right
quite
here.
like that. Yeah,
Because, I mean, like, this is a linear path.
yeah.
Well, even every time you saw them shift gravity, it was always to like a very purposeful plane. It wasn't
But
them
who
just
knows?
like,
It looks cool
We'll
either way.
see.
it looks frigging awesome.
I hope that it's good, and I hope that it's good.
Yeah, what's everyone thinking? Because okay, you're right.
Haha!
Correct me. Correct. Large, distinct, expansive zones filled with side activities.
Expansive zones. That's
All
open
right.
field, baby.
Yep. Side activities, hidden encounters, and optional discoveries. So
Open
it is
field.
open fields.
Open fields.
Yes. fine line between open world and open fields.
Get it right.
I am sorry,
Yeah.
everyone. Damiani, though, you were saying the combat wasn't really doing it for you.
Like it's kind of slow. That was all. Like maybe there's more like strategy or something, and that I'm just not seeing play out because there might be perks and stuff and the skills that you are.
Well, I
like,
assume that
yeah.
I assume that he's using a director's weapon style thing, and like the gun probably can shift forms, and it looks like they're using a lot of like hammer in this. So I'm wondering if there's like. Because this
You
little
unlock
glaive
new
is faster.
aberrant forms, supernatural abilities, and combos. It can transform into multiple forms like a hammer, blades, scythe, and fists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
There are
obviously
other
they'll
forms
have-
too that they're not revealing yet.
Aha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yahaha.
Really cool because Control is old now. Older game.
Control's
honestly.
old.
It's been a lot of years. And
What year did that come out?
like
2018?
2019,
17?
I feel like. Yeah. But what I wanted to say was, the Control universe now is pretty expansive. And Dylan Faden is this
2019.
2019. So, 7 years ago.
Pre-COVID.
Dylan Faden is like this important figure in this universe that we know so little about. We haven't had a reason to fully invest in him. So this is a really great way to see what this character is all about, maybe make him more interesting, more important, give us some insight into Dylan.
Was there a character named Zoe in the first Control? And I'm
Zoe-
just forgetting?
I don't remember. 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Next up, Crimson Moon.
Oh yeah.
I have
that
no
was
memory of this.
No memory.
You guys thought it was like Darksiders or something.
Oh, yeah. Or
Yeah.
Looks like
Tainted
a-
Grail or whatever.
Looks like a
Yeah,
Souls-like
Yeah.
co-op game. Looks fun.
Yeah. that'd be
Looks cool. Then it was Beast of Reincarnation.
Big
Yep, Game
big question
Freak.
mark on that one.
Yeah.
For me.
It looked a little bit better than the last showing, but yeah, it's still.
Game Freak, right?
Game
I hope
Freak.
they give a demo of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Then
don't think they will.
everybody's pumped.
Dude.
Easy Allies is fucking pumped
Dude.
for Rayman 30th Anniversary
Everyone
Edition.
loves Rayman.
Everyone loves Rayman.
Yeah.
They didn't even give it a split out
Coming out
on
tomorrow.
the YouTube channel. That's bullshit. Yeah. Tomorrow, dude, Rayman is like a foundational video game in the lattice of my soul. I fucking love Rayman. And this is a bunch of versions, all the versions, question mark,
Digital
of the
Museum.
original Rayman. 30th anniversary, dude. We're not old.
Prototype.
Yeah, there's a prototype.
Oh, there it does. I was gonna ask, does this also have a prototype?
Yeah,
unreleased?
prototype, unreleased
There were
prototype in
multiple
there.
Announced.
Like
Show.
fucking museum of concept art and stuff like that. It looks sick.
So
I love
cool.
Rayman.
Hell yeah. Then the long-awaited, now that Silksong has come and been incredible, now we turn our eyes to Mina the Hollower.
We turn
Mina
our
the
eyes
Hollower-
unto Mina.
Yes. Mina the Hollower, obviously from the creators of the legendary iconic Shovel Knight. We've been waiting a minute for this.
Yeah,
It's been
delayed again maybe.
a lot of delays. We've been waiting.
Now it didn't drop a date. It just said spring 2026.
Yes.
They are letting it cook.
It is
dude.
cooking. But there will be a PS5 exclusive demo tomorrow.
Yeah,
So,
which is we assume different than the other demo since they said PS5 exclusive, but who knows?
then it's Neva, a prologue, a little
Neva?
prequel action.
Neva.
Neva,
Neva.
Pragmata,
They
Mata.
said Neva.
Yeah,
Neva.
Neva. Neva prologue.
Neva.
Blood loved that
Love
game.
Neva.
Yeah. Then it was Yako Shinobi Ops,
This was a wild looking one.
2027.
Like a
And
commandos, like mercenaries
Oh
style,
my god,
like
Desperados.
Desperados,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
top down ish isometric. Damiani is puking in
But you
his
can rotate the
jeans.
camera.
Oh, you can rotate the camera.
Free camera movement. It's fine.
Okay,
That's
Damiani
totally fine.
loves it. He's in vision cones, dude. Yeah, I don't know. Looks cool.
2027.
Four-player,
It's
maybe?
crazy we're getting 2027 release dates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it was Project Windless. This is Rooster Souls, you say?
Rooster Souls.
Looked kind of crazy,
Not
actually.
not sure what to think on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not. It just looked goofy, but
it looks like it has a sense of humor about itself, I suppose.
Yeah. Looked pretty nice.
That was the only thing. I was like, I didn't know if it had a sense of humor. Actually, it seems like it should have a sense of humor.
It would
about
have
itself,
to.
I couldn't tell if it
unless
did or
it's
not.
like Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, where it's like should be a comedy action movie, but it just plays it straight, and you're like, what are you doing?
Love that movie.
It should be a comedy with a title like that.
Sure.
Birdborn.
Birdborn.
Calm down.
Birdborn.
It looks more Muso than anything. It's crazy.
It looks like Muso combat. Yeah.
Crazy.
Violent, hyper violent.
Yeah, give me that blood. Give me that blood and guts.
Give me the blood, bird.
Then it was Star Wars Galactic Racer.
Yo.
Ben Quadranero.
They showed
Quadranero.
a pod racer.
It looks fucking good. It looks like Extreme G, Burnout. It looks awesome. Arcade racer vibes. This was like in a stacked show of legendary shit. This was one of my games of the show.
And they showed like
so hyped for this game.
More story than I expected. There were like cutscenes and stuff. There's a bad guy they were showing. Like he kicked one of the repair droids. You don't do that.
Pit droids.
Pit droid.
Get it right.
Sorry, bitch. Sorry.
I'm obsessed with pod racing, and we're getting it, Isla.
Yeah.
It is here.
I'm stoked. This will be sick.
How are you not going to use a pod racer forever?
Speeders are sick too.
Speeders are sick too.
You're gonna unlock it. You're gonna have to earn it.
Yeah.
Dude,
speeders are
Dude,
badass.
wait. The scene, you'll probably start with speeders that you like built yourself, whatever, and then like your handler will be like, listen, these are pretty dangerous. They're outlawed now or something.
Yo.
I wasn't gonna give you this. Pulls the tarp off. It's it's a pod racer, dude. It'll be tight.
I'm so pumped.
Star Wars.
Yeah, it looks incredible. For no reason, it looks like a 10 out of 10. Then 007. Looked. That was a good trailer.
You know what? Sophia and I went to the fucking comic book store to buy yesterday in person. Jar Jar Binks comic, episode 1, dude, or issue 1. Jar Jar Binks.
What's the
got his own fucking
What's
comic
the
book.
context?
What?
I don't know. She hasn't read it yet, but it had 3 variant covers.
Yeah.
Ahmed Best is involved,
So
dude.
sick.
Writer
So
credit.
sick.
Tight.
That is awesome.
Right.
Love
I
to
hope it
Jar.
takes place.
Our love to Jar Jar, dude.
I hope it takes place in between, like 2 and 3,
Yeah, who knows?
or something, or even like after 3 and 4.
There's is it a one shot? But how
That's
many
so
how many
cool.
issues?
That
Is it just one issue?
Yeah, one shot's one issue.
Well, but like it could be like a mini series of like 6 like little papers. Literally one. Wow.
Yep.
We want to get the variant cover with all the like black Star Wars characters because it looks so cool.
I gotta buy that. Yeah, 007 looking better. Those environmental takedowns.
Yeah.
Looking good. A lot of environmental shit in this trailer. It looks like Uncharted, but if Uncharted is super focused on melee. That's the vibe I'm getting. Even though there's a lot of shooting, cover-based shooting, but a heavy melee focus, which I'm here for. Then we got, finally, nervous about it. I was nervous we weren't going to get it because there's no guarantees in the video game world. The MGS Master Collection Volume 2 coming out August 27th. Finally, this is the biggest deal out of all of them by far. It's not even close. Metal Gear Solid 4 has been held...
there's some other big deals in here, but yeah.
No, I'm talking about Metal Gear.
Oh, in this
Yeah.
collection.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4 is no longer held hostage.
Correct. Metal Gear Solid 4 has been held hostage on PlayStation 3 for so fucking long. So this is just the moment so many of us have been waiting for forever. Forever. Like since PS4 came out. It's like, where the hell
18
is
years.
MGS4? It is
Christ.
absolutely insane.
I got to set up the trash can cam still, yeah. Yeah, PS3. We're on PS5 now.
Yeah.
It's a long time ago.
Yes. It has Peace Walker and Ghost Babel as well coming out.
That was just
just
putting
dropped
it on
Ghost
there.
Babel at the
like,
end.
I was like,
Yeah.
what? Are you
Insane.
like?
Didn't even mention
that's
it.
huge. One of the best entries in that series.
I never played Ghost Babel.
So
And then there's also going to be updates to Collection Volume 1, like textures and shit, which is crazy.
Which is funny because I'm always split on that. Like, I'm happy that it exists, but there is something charming about kind of like the big chunky pixels of PS1 games, you know?
Definitely.
And I'm like, you don't need to smooth it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The MGS1 version basic, though, is on
Yeah.
PS Classics.
Yeah.
Then there was Darwin's Paradox, April 2nd.
Oh,
With a MGS tie-in demo?
Very strange.
Decoy
We were all like,
Octopus
what
Origin
is
Story.
happening?
Yeah.
Decoy Octopus Origin Story.
Looks pretty cool. I love a stealth game. One of my
Yeah.
favorite genres. And then, holy shit.
Holy
Never stop believing. Everything returns. That's been my motto at Easy Allies for the last decade, is like everything will return. Everybody's always doom and gloom. It's never going to come back. It's dead franchise. No, it's not. Here it is. Castlevania is back. All you got to do is
Konami
be
block.
patient and wait.
The Konami block.
There's an anime-style Castlevania Belmont's Curse.
I think in
By the Dead
Konami's
Cells
case,
team, right?
it made sense to stop believing for a hot minute.
Never.
Because like their company fell apart and they started putting out nothing but pachinko machines and
I mean, it gets
pushers.
bleak and dire, but there's always hope. Even when like a studio shuts down, like or something. Like I think of the odds of getting an Evil Within 3 are like near zero, but like that's not going to stop me from believing it can happen,
Yeah.
and it easily can.
Yeah.
You gotta hope.
There's hope and there's
This is
cope, you know?
Games like plural.
But this looks
like,
sick as
they're-
shit.
It's like they have more.
Yeah, didn't
in
they
the
say, yeah, this is the
works,
first of our
potentially.
Castlevania announcements. It's like, huh?
It
Yeah,
looks
so
really
Animania here, Animania.
cool. It reminds me, Damiani, of Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
Not even Rogue Prince of Persia, but Lost Crowns.
But it's.
The visuals.
I mean, visual. Well, it made a little bit. It's Dead Cells esque, right?
Is that
'Cause it's
Trevor
made by them.
Belmont? Trevor
And
Belmont
also-
is serving fish, dude.
And it also reminded me a little bit like not
CUNTY.
quite, but like adjacent to the Netflix show visual style.
It
like, a
does,
little
yeah.
bit.
That actually,
Yeah.
when it the especially the like opening cutscenes, I was like, this is
Yeah.
very Netflix show coded.
Yeah. I think they're just taking the best of those two things since people like responded very well to those and using it as a good like starting point. And then
Yeah, is it his
hopefully-
like is it his like daughter or niece or something?
we'll have to
Who's
see.
to say?
It's so interesting. We were saying that, yeah, because that's a woman. We were saying, could be Trevor, just later. You never know. We were saying, though, it's interesting that Konami is going this route where they're like less making their own games and just facilitating other companies to make games with their IP now, which I think is a really interesting and I guess cool way to do it. And, you know, we've met with like examples of very good success and very, very bad failures just within Silent Hill alone.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ascension being the miss. But yeah,
It's back. You know what else is back? And we just had it. Silent Hill.
dude,
Downfall.
dude, this to
Looking
me,
sick.
like Castlevania and Silent Hill, like there's huge announcements in this, but these two are like my, have me the most stoked as I choke on nothing. This game looks incredible. I'm really, really hoping it's good. I think that like, you know, there's so much rich narrative ground they could cover with a person of color as the protagonist in Silent Hill. There is so much there that I really hope they handle it well, but also like it could be so interesting and so unique. And it looks like, you know, just from the little cues that are happening in this trailer, the music, if you heard it, it feels like a melodic inversion of the classic lullaby theme that's used in several of them, but a lot in 2. Like it, you know, it's very evocative of that. We've got Fog, appears to be back in America. We've got an IV drip on his arm, and the town name is like, he's like, I woke up in the water again and things have changed, and it shows the sign is Saint Amelia or whatever
It looks
instead.
like a cool town.
Yeah, and yeah, we're in this like lakeside town, and then later in the trailer you see one of the sort of the maybe this game's Pyramid Head or something, the like crazy wedge-shaped head villain, pardon me, has an IV needle come out of its chest. So we're dealing with like, you know, maybe some kind of a like euthanasia story or like a survivor of a medical situation story. He's wearing a medical bracelet, and she says like, "You know what you did," or whatever like that. Like already, I'm just like champing at the bit.
Invested.
Is champing, I guess, not chomping, but like. This little TV radio is a cool twist too, and first person potentially. Like I am like losing my mind for
That's
this.
such a creepy shot.
Yeah, this opens the chest and an IV comes out of the monster. Everything about this,
insane
dude.
embargo news that we can't say that has nothing to do with any of this.
But they already announced that.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh.
But embargo Wednesday. Yeah. Okay. Well.
Okay. Never mind.
But
it looks
yeah,
fucking good.
I'm very excited about this.
Also, what we didn't see a lot of was, and this is
Weird that Annapurna is involved. Like, what are they just publishing? I guess helping.
What I like too is we didn't see a ton of combat. Obviously, Silent Hill F leaned into heavy combat, so I would imagine this as a companion piece being more psychological, dialing into that slower paced trailer. We see some obviously board
poisoning
bashing.
the town. That's a good idea. Yeah. Chad was saying like hospice
Chat's
or like
freaking me out.
factories poisoning the town could be. Also, as we speak, while we're recording this, there's a Silent Hill transmission happening right now. Historically, those have not been great ground for reactions, so we're going to check in on that later. And if any bombshells or anything crazy comes out of that, we will touch on it next week's podcast.
Yep.
But that is happening literally right now as we're filming this.
Yes. 2026, even though we just got F. Awesome.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
Next up was Rev Noir.
Yeah.
No memory of that.
JRPG.
No memory.
Just looks like an original JRPG.
From Konami.
From Konami,
Yeah,
from
yeah,
Konami.
yeah.
Like Tales-esque. You thought it was Code Vein for a second, but yeah. Just good to see them trying to JRPG again like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
Next up, fucking finally, 10 out of 10, John Wick. Here we go. He is
Untitled
back.
John Wick game.
Untitled.
The video game community has been asking for this for so long. All we had up until this point was like John Wick Hex, which is like
Yeah.
isometric,
God.
like mobile.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so we're finally getting the 3D action game in the John Wick universe. Keanu is there. It looks so cool. Who knows when this is in the timeline? Obviously, Ballerina was in between 3 and 4.
Well, and he's here with the sommelier or whatever, getting the suit, which happens in
Multiple.
several of them. Yeah,
Several.
but he's looking like between 1 and 2, maybe, or 2 and 3.
I'm hoping it's the impossible job that they allude to throughout the John Wick franchise that really, leads to his retirement.
That would be before everything.
It would be before everything, and I think that's the
Ooh.
smartest move. Is a prequel
would.
of the
He does look
impossible
young.
job.
Because they already, Ballerina kind of already skirts things by being like adjacent to the main movies. So
Yeah.
it'd be nice if they said
And
this.
1, 2, 3, and 4 are pretty much back to back.
Yeah.
So there's no real
there's like
room
very
for
little time.
There's no room for anything in between.
Damiani, I know you love, the final fight of Ballerina. You always said you wanted that as a video game. What are your thoughts here?
That would be like it's different than what I think we were going to get here. I think this is going to be more story driven and probably like scenario or stage based is the vibes I was getting. Maybe I'm wrong. Ballerina would just be like, sorry, light spoilers, but she basically infiltrates a freaking enemy village, like a town, like an Eastern European town, and freaking just has to survive amount of time. So I was like,
gotta see
that'd be
that.
a sick concept for a game where you're dropped into maps. It's and you have to it's combination of battle royale or survival game or escape games where you got to do that, but you also can't escape. You just got to survive in there. And I was like, damn, this seems sick. Because it would have to be done really well, but
Yeah.
it would also
So
not be multiplayer; it'd be single player. So that's the big difference.
Obviously,
anyway, I
obviously
don't
it's-
think this is what this is going to be, but maybe it is. That's what the impossible mission is. He has to go somewhere, and we'll see.
Obviously,
it is very well. It's just very traditional John Wick to have to get into or out of a place
yeah.
and survive.
Giving me strong Sifu vibes, which means also giving me strong Sleeping Dogs vibes, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, when he smashes the guy through the fucking car
Yeah.
window, that is straight out of Sleeping
Stab
Dogs.
somebody with chopsticks.
Yeah. So if they're not going to make another Sleeping Dogs, at least we're getting John Wick. Then Marathon coming out March 5th. Server Slam February 26th from Bungie. One of the premier live service developers, obviously with Destiny. One of the premier developers in the biz with the original Marathon and Halo as well.
Yeah.
It's just this genre is very volatile, and we've seen a lot of failure in this space. So we will see what happens here.
We'll touch on, I think, similar worries. The worries for this are similar to Wildlight or Wildlight's High Guard and Riot's 2KO, which we'll talk about all that in a minute. But like, people are pre-worried about this game, and yeah, we'll see.
Next was Tekken Dark Resurrection coming to PS Classics, and Time Crisis, the PS1 version.
There you go.
Coming to PS Classics. So jolly. They have gyro controls, they said.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Super cool.
I want them to put out a light gun
Same.
for the PS5. Just do it.
There's like third-party ones.
The one that we looked at that was like
expensive
$199 or whatever.
So expensive. So
More expensive
absurd.
now.
Looked good, but yeah, no.
Then Big Walk.
Big Walk looks charming, dude. It looks cute. Little ball bird guys walking around in a more photorealistic world than they are. Just looks cute.
Then Saros, April 30th. Housemarque, of course, legendary fucking video games from the studio. Easy Allies Game of the Year, Returnal being their last game. I am so excited about this. I love that we have a hub world this time around. Looks really cool. I just love that dynamic. Hades does that so well, where it's like you go on your run and it's like non-stop combat action, just like no chill whatsoever. I love that break in the action when you get to go back to a hub
world,
talk to NPCs, build up your skills, learn some lore, take a breather. I just really love that dynamic, and everything we've seen so far from this game looks excellent. They've got the active reload Gears of War style and Returnal as well. It looks like it returns. And there's like a corruption mechanic that completely changes the way the levels look and the enemies behave.
Yeah.
Yes. So very excited.
Housemarque is just one of those companies where you're like, yep, that'll be good.
Yep.
Like, pretty much total confidence in this game. Like, even if I suck at it or it's like not my thing, I'm like, this is gonna be a quality video game.
Hell yeah. Then another banger studio, Arc System Works.
Yeah.
Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, basically. Is it Fighting Souls?
I think they called it Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls.
Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls.
I think that's the full title.
I always get weird because it's like
Everything was coming at us real
Marvel
fast.
Token Fighting Souls. Yeah, that's a full title.
Hell yeah.
Colon after Token.
Danger Room is a girl now.
Super
Love
cool.
that.
Arc System Works really good about making their shit so hardcore but accessible at the same time, with their like easy combo mechanics. I really, really love. They showed off some new characters, obviously. Danger, the Danger Room, but as a person construct lady. They showed Storm. They showed Wolverine. It's looking really good. August 6th.
Yeah.
Magic is looking sick.
Oh, yeah, they showed Magic. Yeah. New Mutants Magic. Then, out of nowhere. Holy shit! I'm like, oh, it's a God of War 1 remake. Of course. And then they're like, 2, 3. It's like, what? We're getting the entire God of War trilogy remade with T.C. Carson returning as Kratos. Holy shit.
Feel good, dude.
It is early days. We don't even know what to expect. We don't know how this game is going to look visually. We don't know how it's going to play. Is it going to play like the OGs, like fixed camera vibes? Is it going to play like the newer 2018 reboot? What is it even going to play like? Is it one giant game that is
cool.
all three together?
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Who even knows? It doesn't even matter if we know.
Games aren't, except for
I
three, they're not that long. How long are they?
No, they're like 10 hours
they're-
pop.
I was wondering if the intimate mini games will make a return.
Yeah, we will see.
Who knows?
But wow, God of War trilogy. Obviously, they've remastered the OG trilogy. It's readily available if you would like to dabble in important video game and Sony history. But this is just another way to bring this game to modern audiences and to give the diehard fans a new perspective on this OG trilogy.
My assumption, and this is maybe crazy, but my assumption is they're going to do the originals in the style of the new ones.
I would assume, but you never know.
Third-person action, more serious, like grittier story style.
You never know. I wonder. What's it going to be? Be cool if it was like some hybrid model, maybe. I don't even know. I don't know what to expect.
Yeah. But the camera will still have to zoom way out. Like you gotta see the scale of the stuff.
Yep. God of War trilogy coming. One of my favorite trilogies of all time. God of War 3, like I had such high insane expectations when that came out. It like disappointed me, but then every single time I revisited God of War 3, I was just like more and more blown away by it. Some of the greatest set pieces, some of the greatest boss fights ever made. Just a landmark trilogy. Absolutely. And then out today,
A drop, dude.
for no reason whatsoever, God of War Sons of Sparta, and I was right. We're getting Deimos. We're getting Deimos here.
His brother?
Yup. Who is in Ghost of Sparta. This is Sons of Sparta. Ghost of Sparta, low-key PSP game.
Yeah.
Also, there's a console version. Low-key, one of the best God of War games you will ever play in your life. Ghost of Sparta. Do not skip at all. Play it right now to be ready for this, even though this is already out.
I think this might be set before that.
This is a prequel of
Yeah.
prequels. This is before everything.
For everything. That's crazy.
So, I got the PS blog post. God of War Sons of Sparta is a 2D action platformer with a canon story, which they all are, set in Kratos' youth during his harsh training at the Agagi alongside his brother Deimos. From the writing team at Sony Santa Monica that brought you God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok, Sons of Sparta is a tale of duty, honor, and brotherhood, featuring T.C. Carson, who reprises his role for the first time in over a decade as the adult version of Kratos, our story's narrator. God of War's kinetic combat has found a home in a brand new genre. Kratos will learn deadly skills.
Well, I'm glad they said that because I was confused by the trailer because I was like, T.C. Carson's voice is happening.
Yeah.
But then I hear what has to be Kratos or his brother talking and they have a way younger voice.
Yeah.
So I was confused by that. So that makes sense. If
He
he's
narrates,
he's
but
like
then-
telling the story back. Like, okay.
For sure.
I wonder if he's telling it to his son or something.
Something sick. Oh my God.
That
That is
would
such a... You fucking cut to...
That would be tight.
Oh my God. You
That
cut
would be
to
tight.
fucking Viking Kratos. Like...
That would be tight.
Holy shit. Telling Atreus. He like closes a book and Atreus is like, good story,
It's like,
Dad.
yeah. Atreus is like,
Hell
fucking
yeah.
A, Dad.
Hell yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, Kratos will learn deadly skills using his spear and shield, which again, Ghost of Sparta, the sword, the spear. Play Ghost of Sparta, do not skip. It's like a 5-hour game. As well as harness powerful divine artifacts known as the Gifts of Olympus to take on a wide array of foes. Sons of Sparta features the return of iconic classics recreated in 2D with pixel animation, as well as a host of new creatures to the franchise, inspired by the rich, untapped facets of Greek mythology, brought to life by the retro experts at Mega Cat Studios. And Mega Cat Studios, everybody, has made, let us see, Backyard Baseball they've done.
Oh,
Backyard
shit.
Baseball.
We
Yeah.
gotta stream that.
Yeah, we
that
do.
looks jolly.
You were
as hell.
just talking
I
about
was just
this game.
saying we gotta stream that. Yeah.
They made a Five Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit game, Backyard Soccer, Echoes of the Unread. So they've been around for a bit, and they are making this, which is out today.
That's
Holy
crazy.
shit. Let's get this podcast wrapped up. Let's go.
Yeah, you gonna stream this later?
I have a lot of shit today, but hopefully today or tomorrow for sure. God of War, Sons of Sparta coming out right now. I think it's $30. I have it right here, actually. The standard edition of this is $30.
Okay.
The deluxe edition is $40.
Which implies longer game length than I had assumed.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
And the deluxe edition comes with some in-game items, a digital art book, a digital soundtrack, and a PlayStation Network avatar. We love those. But I will never change Big Boss as my PlayStation avatar. It will forever be
I
Big
just have a
Boss.
little sheep. And
Nice.
it has been since I got PlayStation Plus or PlayStation Network 100 years ago.
Hell yeah. All right,
I think Lemmings.
final thoughts on the state of play.
A+, dude, that shit was crazy.
A+, that shit was crazy.
That felt good.
Yep,
I feel alive.
same.
Like, I was having a weird day, and that brought me back.
Yeah, I'm ready to go like scream in the streets.
Yeah, yeah. My favorite part was when you were standing up, and then TC Carson was like, "Sit down," and you were like, "Okay."
He knew.
The way he said okay, he's like, okay.
He knew.
Incredible.
He's like, yo, I know you're hyped, everyone.
Yeah.
Just take a seat.
Sit
I was
down.
like, oh my God.
It's like, okay, TC.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, God of War Trilogy, I mean, that seems like a 2028
Oh,
game at this point. Probably, hopefully 2027, but
he was like, "It is early days. Like,
Yeah.
don't get your
Yeah.
pants in a twist or whatever it is."
But we have Sons of Sparta today. We have Resident Evil coming up. We got GTA at the end of the year, so we can wait. There's no rush there.
Yeah.
Out of control. Damiani, any final thoughts on that?
Yeah, it was very good. And I can't wait. I mean, Sony State of Play. But if there was, again, as I always say, if there's something wasn't there, don't worry. It can show up in your next thing.
Yeah.
This is getting me very excited about SGF now.
Yeah.
I feel like there might be some pretty big things at SGF now. Pretty sure. What I tell you, Huber? I said I feel 85% confident that remake part 3 reveal is going to be at SGF. People were upset it wasn't here today. I was like, there's no chance there's going to be.
No, they wouldn't have put that in.
No chance. People are like, oh, first half of next year, denied, not coming out. Like, crazy talk. Just wait. But not to take away from this, like, the fact that the turnaround story on Konami, like, just, you know, that's just, it's good. We need things to like be uplifted and like have comebacks here.
Yeah.
With how shitty things have been for the past few years in this industry, we need more of that, and we need more of these shows to feel like this. And there's so many good announcements coming from so many different places, and you know, it just felt good to have something so strong like this. Yeah.
I wore my traditional Bloodborne necklace to ensure that no Bloodborne would be announced.
Excellent.
So, yeah, just keeping that going.
Yep. One day. One of these days. Yeah, Damiani, the FF7 Doom and Gloomers need to take a beat, because like Remake came out in 2020, Intergrade came out in 2021, Rebirth came out in 2024. The fucking output is fine.
Rebirth,
Everybody
other
chill.
platform versions are coming out in first week of June.
Two massive Final Fantasy 7 games that close, and
June
Integrate on
3rd.
top of that. Like,
Yeah, and SGF's right after June 3rd.
Yeah.
So it's like, come on,
Piece
it together.
give them some time.
Heroes.
Seriously, even if it was like 2027 or 8
last thing
even.
I want to say is I feel like part of it could also be that some of the people like, where are the big games from them? Like, you know, what's going on? I think part of it is they're saving announcements for either non-PlayStation events or like neutral events, like Keeley's thing, which is not platform specific, because they want to hammer home that we are truly committed to multi-platform. Like, no more like, you know, exclusive releases. And I think being able to announce remake part 3 at SGF and say it's coming to like Switch 2, PC, PlayStation, Xbox day 1, like that, as exciting would have been to get like a teaser and a name reveal today, but like I think it's more important to have like a larger audience and speak to like it's coming to everything, and that, you know, it earns that goodwill back. Same thing with like their other bigger announcements like Kingdom Hearts and stuff. Same thing, same mentality.
Absolutely. Awesome. Don, any takes as we move on?
He might be getting
Got it.
these up.
All right. You got to build them up to bring them down. So we got to get depressed for a few moments. Riot and Wildlight cut devs from their teams. Another week, another set of layoffs. Obviously, it's just nonstop. Riot Games announced on Monday, and like Riot, I mean, League of Legends is easily one of the most successful video games of all time.
Yeah.
Riot Games announced on Monday that they are laying off devs working on their League of Legends themed fighting game, 2XKO, just over 2 weeks after the game's full release. According to the outlet game developer, a spokesperson confirmed that 80 people are being let go, which is around half of the game's global development team.
I know some good friends of mine got hit by this, and it's not great.
Yeah, this one hits close to home. Similarly, it was reported on Wednesday that Highguard developers, Wildlight Entertainment, have also been hit by layoffs, also only 2 weeks after the game's release. A series of posts on LinkedIn led to an official statement confirming layoffs spanning across multiple disciplines, and level designer Alex Garner said on LinkedIn that most of the team at Wildlight was let go.
That one's crazy because it's like...
Yeah.
I was thinking about this, and it's like... It's so weird with games as a service games or like live service games, that are assumed that will have a longer shelf life, right? Mm-hmm. Where it's like how quickly some of these devs pull the plug on them.
Yeah.
And like there's a weird thing, and I think about consumer confidence, right? Because like there's a weird double-edged sword to this that I think like the shareholders and like, the corporate, fuckwads aren't like keeping in mind, which is like eroding consumer confidence in these products, because it's like I think one of the big reasons that Stadia failed, right, is because Google cancels shit all the time, and we knew that they would do it, so no one bought in the first place. And like Concord, this, 2KXO, like so many other games where it's like, is the writing on the wall because we don't like? Are people not jumping in, not playing things, not jumping in and giving it the time because they know they're just going to cancel it in 3 weeks? So it's like, why would I get involved in the first place if you're just going to bail on this?
Yeah.
And it's a weird thing because you can never know, because like some things do get the time to grow and change and get better over the years. Like fucking Warframe, No Man's Sky, like even Overwatch 2 had like a really weird middle ground where it wasn't doing great. It was never low numbers as like maybe Highguard had after a couple weeks, but like, and it had its highest concurrent, like, I don't know if ever, but in a long time the other day with these announcements. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, I don't know. 'Cause like a packaged game comes out and doesn't do well. And it's just like, well, that game is done. It didn't work out. Like, call it a loss. And a game like this, it's like you have to pay for servers. There's an ongoing cost. It's like, yeah, you have to pull the plug at some point. So it's like, I don't know, just how do you do that math? I'm sort of rambling, but it's just like, it's so wild. I don't know, because it's like people give up before it even starts. Both the people making them and the consumer base.
Yeah, and it's just shocking after they announced like 5v5 being a permanent mode.
It seemed like the trajectory was heading up for this game.
Yeah.
And now it is dead.
Yep.
For Highguard.
I think they were... So I think that, yes, but also it's like a staggering stat was like they apparently after the first day had like a 90% drop off.
Oh, for sure.
Base, which is like death sentence pretty
much.
Oh,
yeah.
It's like, yeah. And like, it's weird, the weird discourse, but I mean, everything you say I agree with. It also makes me think about like streaming shows where I refuse to like commit to anything anymore unless like they confirm it's going to finish because I don't want to invest that time. Is that now like spreading to games, which are more of a time sink, honestly, and more of like a money sink, and potentially even if they are free to play, it's like, well, if you want to buy battle passes and all that starts adding up, there's just too much saturation. I think it's that combined with the uphill battle. There's really saturation, and then like trying to get market recognition. And unfortunately for you, sometimes you only get like one shot. And the problem is people were saying like, why didn't they have like some like work up to the release? Where was the beta? And like now like people are like, did they just run out of money? Was Keighley actually doing them a favor by like getting them like some attention? Because like they were on like, did he maybe, was maybe behind the scenes like they knew how like in dire straits they were financially?
The devs have repeatedly said like they weren't ready. Like this wasn't ready to go live, and they had to rush it out faster than they wanted to.
Yeah.
Which to me is like, and I know people were all pissed at Keighley and whatever, but like I do think it was a misplay to put this as the one more thing, and I do truly wonder. We'll never know, but I truly wonder if this would have been dead on arrival if it was in the middle of the show, or if it would have had a reasonably sized but dedicated fan base could build from that. Like, there's no way to know. There's no way to know.
I mean, for crying out loud, Concord was like, oh, it's $40. That's the reason it failed. If it was free to play, it would have been fine. This was free to play and it failed.
Like, Concord's trailers were not very good either, but like...
There's always something to point the finger at.
Oh, for sure.
And...
This just
That's what I'm saying. Is just I wonder how it would have done.
It feels like they had to get it out because they knew time was up. It really feels like funds just dried up, and they had to get something out. And they had like obviously they were trying to react and to feedback and make the adjustments to try their best, but. I think in retrospect it's gonna be looked at like Keighley probably gave them the best shot that they could have had when Polymore comes out. Like even though we initially thought it was like a bad thing, I think it's
so
like
too.
would have just like got buried even faster. Like when it to like 2 weeks.
I'm not sure on that though, because it's like the spotlight placed on this was so outsized from what this game could withstand that I think it did turn it like. If it had been in the middle of the show, it would have had a medium amount of attention on it, and thus little to no ire directed at it. Whereas because it was like the big closer, 97,000 concurrents is insane for like a game of this scope and budget. Maybe like I don't know, and then it pissed a lot of people off. Like it seems like again, there's no way to know, but.
But I mean, it's either going to be like everyone is pissed about it, but they still jump in and then they quit immediately, or like nobody plays.
Or nobody plays.
So
well, that's what I'm saying is like, like, could there be a middle ground? But also like sometimes games just come out and fail, and like that happens.
That's the thing. Like honestly, like this it ultimately is like. They could have had all their ducks in a row, and it still couldn't have like succeeded. Honestly, they could have gone through, had more funds, and had extended play test. And
I mean, 2KXO is kind of the perfect counterpoint to this because they did have the long development run up. They did have betas. They did have
too long.
Server tests. Yeah, it was in development for a very long time, and like, obviously, like Maximilian dude could speak to this more than I could, but like. They did the opposite of this. They had the big run up. They had the test. They had people. They let people in. Obviously it's a fighting game. It's a very different thing. But like, and it's got all the money in the world, like you were saying. So it's like literally in almost every way the opposite of this situation.
Yeah.
And yet same scenario is playing out.
Yeah, it draws different comparisons, and like I only have cursory understanding and knowledge of like 2XKO. And most of what I'm saying is coming from like friends of mine online that like we're talking in Discord about stuff, and they were bringing this up, and I was curious about their thoughts, and it ranged from, I mean, the one that's like the most I would say like is going to be hugely debatable is the decision to go free to play. Like I don't know if that really had any serious impact or not, negative or positive. But what the two ones that did resonate with me that seemed to be have a little bit more maybe traction and be interesting to know a little bit more about was like the name 2XKO. Did like how big League of Legends is, not picking a name that leaned a little harder into League of Legends. Like I wonder if like the developers like are wondering like, man, we should have maybe gone that route or not. So that's that's hindsight's 2020. Who knows? And the other part of it is the direction of the game. Everyone described it as a very complicated, even though it was like it was high skill ceiling. Low, like, and the base was not like very friendly to new players and to casuals, and it seemed to be it catered well to fighting game veterans, but like you cannot sustain yourself just on that sometimes, especially on a game of this scale and this budget. It probably needed to have that. And it sounded like they were trying to say, we realize that, we're going to try and address that. And maybe it didn't. So that's where I'm a little like, I might be a little bit wrong on that. But like the part about it being appealing to casuals, it does seem out of the gates, it really was not, and was very intimidating to a lot of people.
My friend was walking us through it a while back, and like, I'm not good at fighting games. I don't really follow them. Like Soul Calibur is the only one I've ever been like maybe like tolerable at, and I'm terrible at it. And like, I barely followed along with what was happening. I was like, wow, okay, yeah, you could, okay, like you could swap it in, like, all right, like. And it seemed awesome if you understood what was happening, but the learning curve seemed really high on it. But like to me, like the learning curve is really high on a lot, like every fighting game. Like to be competitive, you have to be like practicing and like, you know, doing the real deal.
But don't we have games that have like extra stuff, like I mean, not always the best, but like Mortal Kombat, I have like story towers,
right.
Street Fighter 6 added in, like, you know, the world mode or whatever. But like it does make me think about real quick the Street Fighter 4. There was discussion, friends who knew behind the scenes stuff said there was like, you know, back and forth about the direction of Street Fighter 4, because coming off Street Fighter 3 and you know up to Third Strike, whereas like Revered is one of the most technically impressive fighting games, but was not very casual friendly, not very you know, but like the fighting game community loved it for what it was. But like in terms of Capcom and sales and can we grow this, that's why Street Fighter 4 went in that direction it did. It ultimately went in a direction that was trying to win in new players and bring in new people to get them involved in Street Fighter. And like even like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, like it had so much going for it, like on a technical level, but like people just had fun seeing all the cool characters and stuff like that. So at some point you have to have like, it's the recognition, like Marvel has recognition, or you have to have like extra modes and have like fun. And obviously, I don't care where you sit on the fence of this. This is why I like Smash Brothers. You can call it a party game if you want. It has fighting game stuff in it. It's like why it's wildly successful, because it's like built up on strong IP. They lean heavily into that IP. They put so much stuff into that game. And it's on another level, yes, but like other games have demonstrated, fighting games have demonstrated they can have success by doing that. And it's just what direction you want to go. And I think, honestly, if you talk to the developers of this game, they probably they had their vision. They wanted this maybe more a technical fighter that people felt good about playing once they learned how to play it.
Yeah.
But obviously, you know, sometimes that's like the hard thing about being a developer, I imagine, is like realizing like what are the true consequences of this decision before anyone, you know, it gets fully released to everybody, and then you start getting the feedback. It's like, oof, maybe we messed up on that, you know?
Is Valorant the only Riot game that's not somehow in the League of Legends universe, or is it? I don't keep track really.
I'm not a League.
I'm not. Yeah,
but yeah, there's League of Legends, there's Runeterra, there's this that are all in League of Legends. And the Arcane show is League of Legends, but then Valorant isn't, right? Valorant is not in the League universe. Yeah.
So yeah, more layoffs, super depressing. Just every week.
What I'm shocked about with Riot is like the layoffs with this. I mean, it feels like Riot's a company that could like, we can take a little bit of losses with this and like let it keep, you know, I don't know if this feels like, or
move them internally. Like if you want to make that team smaller, move them internally.
Riot was one of the companies like they'll never have, they will probably have small layoffs, I would imagine, but like I feel like there's like, I don't know. Again, who knows what's going on behind the scenes, but on an outward forward-facing thing, it felt like Riot was like on the higher end of the totem pole of like they are just, you know, can absorb stuff and can like keep sustaining their staff and keep funding these projects. And I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
I mean that
scary.
always, because that always takes the sting out of news like this too, where it's like, okay, these teams are shut down, but we're moving them to other projects, so no one's actually losing their jobs. Mm-hmm. But and like 80 people within the scope of Riot, like, you know, 80 people's a lot of people, but like they have, I don't know, thousands of employees, I don't know, hundreds of employees, like, I don't know. But yeah, it's a bummer.
Next up, Remedy announces former EA executive as new CEO ahead of Control Resonant. That scares me.
Yeah, it's weird.
EA freaks me out. James Bond villains, the lot of them. Remedy Entertainment has announced this week that Jean-Charles Godoshin has been appointed their new CEO following the departure of Tero Vertala, whose exit came on the heels of a profit warning issued by investors in October 2025 following FBC Firebreak's disappointing sales numbers. Godoshin's experience includes steering live service operations for EA franchises like FIFA Mobile and FC Online, and most recently worked for sports betting site Sleeper.
No.
Really just fits the fun off the wall tone of Remedy, you know?
Like Remedy,
Ruthless money guy.
Remedy, one of the most like family operations for like a big AAA studio. It still has like that family vibe, like, you know?
Yeah.
And now we're getting just the corporate betting mobile microtransaction person in there to spearhead this operation. That is a little concerning on paper.
Publicly traded company, like, but this is what it is. It's like, and it's crazy because it's like, to the shareholders, you know, to the sweaty money freaks, this guy probably looks like getting rid of somebody with a profit warning after FBC Firebreak didn't do well, and like, there's probably no reality where Firebreak was gonna do that well. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. It's just like, it's such an interesting how like the stock market is what matters and the products just don't matter, and like it's all just positioning and placating the shareholders. And the products and the artistry and like all that don't matter really in like anything.
Yeah, so let's hope this doesn't impact Remedy's output, because they make games for us. They make games for the people. They make fucking single player badass shit like Control and Alan Wake. So, you know, minus Firebreak, but they still wanted to do that. Like, you talk to the devs and you listen to the devs about Firebreak, and it was like, we thought this was cool.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't some like live service money grab. Like, we thought it would be cool to be cleaners going through the oldest house, like cleaning up the mess. Like, that's a sick idea. I like that game. Watch our GOTY coverage. It's a cool game. Swimming in sevens.
In-universe lore implications of Firebreak are cool too. Like in the middle period when everyone's stuck in the house, like
just kind of what you were saying earlier about, you know, these games need time to grow, but we live in the social media immediate
you get
reaction.
A week. You get a week.
Yeah. We live in the social media era now where it's like immediate reactions. You know, your game launches and it is anything less than great day one, and like people are out.
Yeah.
That's it. They're done. So
which like for Remedy specifically is so all of this is very interesting because it's like their games are weird as shit. Like even their big ones, like Alan Wake, Control, they're weird. And I don't know, it's just like you could have faith that their multiplayer game is going to be weird as shit. And like they'll right the ship probably if it's not perfect out the gate.
I've done a lot of work on Firebreak, and it is a really cool game.
I mean, it was rocky when it came out. Like
even with the rockiness, though, you saw the
greatness.
Idea. Yeah, you see, not greatness, but you see the like coolness of it.
Yeah.
And like Gabby and I played a fuck ton of that at launch for like 2 months. We were just like grinding out runs. Like that game is sick. People are just like, you know, again, it's there's so much to play. There's so much competition. So people are already like impatient with that stuff, let alone like giving your time to a video game is a big deal. Like there are 10 out of 10 games that I have to skip or not play because there are so many other things to play.
Well, I think that's the nail on the head though right there, is like why things have to be, if not a perfect 10 out of 10 on release, they have to at least be fun enough moment to moment to keep the attention going, because the communication and the signal to noise is so high.
Yeah.
Or not communication, but the competition is so high. Like when FBC Firebreak came out, like you had to grind to get basic functionality of your class.
Yeah.
Like that is a bad design choice.
It was bad. They fixed it pretty quick.
They fixed it, but like not quick. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's just like the whole thing is crazy. But this
too
looks
fast.
Resident looks sick. Hopefully,
Yeah, Resident looks like it's, under the old guard of Remedy. Obviously, the new CEO just got announced, so this game is, coming out this year. So it's already like so deep into development.
Yeah.
So we'll see how the CEO impacts Remedy in the coming years.
It's funny.
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, it's funny with it's funny that the hopes are that the CEO does nothing, just like takes investor calls and does that and does not talk about the games and their content, because like let the people who actually do that shit. Like, it's always so funny to me when it's like, okay, people invested in this company that got successful for doing the thing they do.
Yeah.
And now we're going to hire some money guy who doesn't know anything to bark orders at the thing that we bought because we liked the thing that they did.
Yeah.
So it's like, what sense does that make?
I will say this game gave me Suicide Squad vibes, but thankfully it's single player, so it won't be that. But I like jumping from rooftops, and like all these freaking, buffs and debuffs and health bars. I was like, yeah, we got some Suicide Squad energy here.
I'm very
so
excited
confident.
for this game, but I'm actually a little nervous, but we'll see.
Very confident. Next up, Baldur's Gate 3 is becoming an HBO show because what game isn't getting a media adaptation? News broke last week that HBO is creating a TV adaptation of Baldur's Gate 3 written by Craig Mazin, who most recently worked on The Last of Us show. You can watch our spoiler modes. Gabby and I did season 1 and 2, every single episode, and we were not excited at all about season 2. That one was rough. So, Godspeed, Baldur's Gate fans. The series will canonize one of these 17,000 endings the game can have. There you go. And will take place after those events. Like with future Baldur's Gate games, Larian is not part of the project. So, yeah, this ruined Sophia's week. She's not hyped about it, or what?
No, she's not.
I'd be nervous. As a Last of Us fan, I would be nervous.
Yeah, Craig Mazin claims to have 1,000 hours in the game, and Sophia has probably more than that. Yeah, it's interesting because it's like, it's funny because Baldur's Gate is set on the what is it, Forgotten Coast or whatever. It's in the Dungeons and Dragons lore, right? So there's hundreds of books worth of stuff you could draw from, or like lots of other games, lots of other stuff. So it's like, it could be tangentially related to Baldur's Gate 3 and take place after the events of Baldur's Gate 3. But like, yeah, there's so many different ways that game can end. Like, where are all the characters going to be? Like, if it is with the main characters of that, like, it'll be kind of wild to be like, okay, Shadowheart is not a Dark Justiciar. Karlach is in hell with like, whatever. Like, who knows what your ending was? I don't need to sit and spoil all the endings of Baldur's Gate 3, sorry. But like, I don't know, it's weird. Also, like, it's funny because Craig Mazin has an interesting pedigree to this point because it's like Chernobyl, right?
Greatest
was
show
like
ever made,
great.
minus Breaking Bad.
And then like
Show.
the episodes of Last of Us where other people were less involved and like they got to do their own thing were actually better.
The Druckmann episodes are better.
Episode 3 of season 1 is the best episode of the entire show, I think.
Did that one.
Did he?
Yeah.
Who's to say?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true, but like, yeah.
I'm pretty sure. And season 2, there was like some Druckmann ones where it was like, okay, these ones are like okay. Season 2 was just really rough.
I mean, it's not an interesting story.
Oh my god. Lives rent free in your head though.
It doesn't. It doesn't usually. Just when it comes up.
Let me see. Season 1.
I didn't mean to tilt Huber.
No. No, the season 2 tilts me. That was rough. It was so rough.
Revenge is sometimes bad. That's true. I've heard that. Revenge and violence are sometimes bad.
Got it right.
We don't have to waste time on this.
Yeah.
What are we doing? What is this? This is a long podcast.
Co-wrote it. Druckmann, that one episode.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that could mean he
Yeah. That was a good episode.
gets that credit automatically because he co-wrote the game.
Yeah. Season 1 was really good, really promising.
Season 1 was tolerable.
Season 2 was really rough, but will that carry over into Baldur's Gate? I just don't like them picking a canon ending. That feels weird.
It is weird. It's weird.
That feels like in a game all about creating your own story and identity and everything, for them to be like, no, it's this one. I don't know. Alrighty. Next up, my one thing. Woo! Who's got one thing?
I watched Another Round last night with Sophia.
One of the
Mads
greatest.
Mikkelsen, dude.
Love that movie.
Good movie.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Melancholic.
Yeah. Also, hopping back into Deep Space Nine, dude.
Whoa.
Oh, nice.
Showing Sophia the pilot of DS9.
Sick.
That fucking theme song
DS9.
hits, dude. I forgot. I almost started crying.
It's epic.
Deep Space Nine.
Never seen it.
Oh,
Never seen
it's
it.
real good.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's like
Give
not
time.
HD though.
Seven
too.
seasons though, but it's it's good. It's
A lot. I feel like every show in the
controversial
90s
ending.
got,
I would
like,
say.
I did watch the
time.
Red Letter Media video. Yeah.
You know me, One Piece update. We are out of Ennie's lobby. The Straw Hat Pirates have moved on to the Thousand Sunny, their brand new ship.
What?
I was very excited about that. I was wondering what was happening. Brought me to tears.
Oh.
The farewell to the Going Merry. That was dang. They got me with that one. And now we are onward after another stupid filler arc, but thankfully it was very short. We are onward to Thriller Bark. I was like, I love guessing the theme, like what it's gonna be, because like each island or main region they go to has like a seasonal theme, like that's kind of the Grand Lines thing. And I was like, Thriller Bark, it's gonna be winter themed. And then like the filler arc leading up was like winter, like ice area. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be that. No, it's like Halloween Horror Fest Island.
sick.
I'm like, oh shit, with like ghosts, and they met a new potential crewmate named Brooke. A skeleton. There's a skeleton pirate, and he's got a backstory. Interesting backstory so far, and that's where I'm at. They've just arrived at Thriller Bark, and oh man, I was like, yeah, how are they gonna fight ghosts and shit with their powers and stuff?
Gotta find some like amulet or something.
Yeah, I like this twist because we just went from like them challenging the world government and going to basically like their freaking like compound and fighting like the Akatsuki there. And Luffy getting like third gear power. I was like, what? Like, it was really cool, but also like the filler arc right after was like, these guys have no chance. It was like the scene from Austin Powers, like, you don't even have a name. Like, you have no chance against me. They try and make it like tension. I'm like, this is stupid. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, this guy is gonna get like, come on, like, move on. Anyway,
You have a last name, guy. Do I?
Yeah. Even Luffy was joking, calling him like fire. I mean, they called him something else, but like he wasn't even calling him by his real name, the villain. I was like, oh my god,
Damian needs my One
so
Piece.
Yeah.
Don, what do you? Still going?
ahead.
No, please.
Still
Go. Please.
We're good.
You sure, dude? We'd love.
I'm just curious to see where it goes. What was I gonna say? I'm very curious where we're going.
What you gotta? You always have to give us the episode number. Also, that's integral.
326 or 7.
Okay.
I believe it is.
You're getting there.
The number.
You're almost at the halfway point. That's actually fucking huge.
No, it's not at the half.
Couple hundred to go. It's right there.
700 to go.
No, for the halfway point though.
It seems like I don't know. This one has the least amount of filler arcs apparently. The one I did was it. There's like no more filler. There's also like the shortest like thing. But dude, there was one last thing, Huber.
Yeah.
They had a episode that had nothing to do. It had to do with the character Ace, who's Luffy's brother. And it was like the most high stakes thing ever, and it ends on a cliffhanger. And they're like, this is a world changing event. I'm like, what? Where did this come from? Like, what am I going to see it again? Also, they dropped the knowledge about Luffy's family and stuff, which the live action show does right at the end of season 1, which is kind of weird. But I knew that already. But like, I was like, damn, what episode are we on? They're revealing Luffy's grandfather. I was like, and father. I was like, whoa, okay, cool stuff.
Sick. Don.
He's
Got nothing.
He's maybe still.
Oh yeah, I was just I'm getting up the state of play videos.
Yeah.
That's
Your
my
one thing done?
Getting up state of play videos. No, actually I jumped back into finally Huber. You know, I didn't get too much time to play. Like I was telling you, like replay T2D. Yeah. So just jumping back in the last couple days. That's been my thing this week,
Heck
man.
yeah.
Just that game. I don't know. It's like a lot of it, you're like, you want it to be better, but so much of it is so good, and it's just something keeps pulling me back into it. So I've been replaying it. It gives you such good old school vibe. It's just it's like a classic old school video game
Hell yeah.
through and through. So
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I've been having fun with it.
And the like Sarah Connor what if scenario.
Yeah, that's why I
badass.
like running back through it. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
My one thing, I'm seeing Crime 101 tonight, day 0. I love seeing a movie Thursday night premiere. It's a preemptive my one thing because I'm fucking hyped. An epic R-rated 2 hour and 20 minute crime thriller is my exact favorite genre. So very excited for this movie tonight. All right, we got some games to talk about. Just a few. We got Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties just hit. I think today actually is the official release day. Just a few hours into this, Yakuza Kiwami 3. Really interesting place for this game to release here. Because we are just bouncing around the Yakuza timeline, which spans quite a long time now, like decades, basically. This whole, you even get flashbacks from like back in the day. So it is a sprawling, epic crime story. And it needed it the most because it was the oldest one without a Kiwami remake version. I know there was a remaster a little while ago, but we already had Kiwami 1, Kiwami 2 remake. And yeah, this one just kind of being the oldest without that treatment was really important. So Kiwami 3, picks up in Kiryu's prime, basically. It's hard to tell when his prime actually is, but I like to say he's at the peak of his power in this game, Yakuza 3. Don't fuck with Kiryu, basically. I love when everyone picks a fight with him and then they get their ass kicked and they're like, you are a freak. Like they just call him a freak. Like you are freakishly strong. Like what is your deal?
Very anime trope.
Very anime trope. I haven't had the chance other than at an event to play Dark Ties because I want to get through 3 proper first before I dive into that. But yeah, if you played Yakuza, again, it is so much more the same. And that is a good thing. It's like Dragon Quest at this point, where it's like, yo, just give me more of what we love because the formula is still working. You get these really long, emotional, drawn-out cutscenes, interspersed with really goofy, wacky sub-stories that also have so much heart. This is a franchise that wears its heart on its sleeve. And the Kiwami version has a new combat style for Kiryu. It's a weapons-based combat style. Tonfa's Island.
Tonfa's.
It's actually really cool. You use like 8 different weapons, and they all have a different like button input to use. It's actually really complex and like really deliberate. It balances really well with the dragon style. You tap square to kind of use the blades. You hold square to use nunchucks. You tap triangle to use this big like oar thing. You hold, it's tap versus hold. All these different weapon mechanics. It's really cool. You have a shield you can use to like block blades and weapons and parry stuff. So a really cool combat style added on into this game. Really, really cool. And combat just feels really good. This has been iterated for so long. I like to call these games a beat 'em up because that's exactly what they are. I had a Shenmue reference and I totally forgot it. Fake fan. This obviously made me think of Shenmue, of course, like it always does. A lot of the Yakuza team had worked on Shenmue in the past. There's a Game Gear in your room. That's
Hell
Shenmue
yeah,
vibes.
Game
Shenmue, you have a
Gear.
Saturn. Yep. You can play bare knuckle Streets of Rage on Game Gear in this game. So cool. That was the first thing I spent my money on, because you can spend money to upgrade your character or buy clothes and different items. I'm like, I'm buying these Game Gear games. That's it.
Of course.
You have to.
That's the first thing I'm buying. But yeah, I kind of started off with it being kind of a weird feeling jumping back in, because this story is so huge now, and it's like, all right, we got The Man Who Erased His Name, which was this cool present timeline spin-off. We got Yakuza 7 and 8, which is kind of advancing the timeline. We got Pirate Yakuza, which is advancing the timeline and a spin-off, you know. But then it's like we come back now into the middle of the story. So
Right.
it is just, it was a little jarring to kind of like acclimate back into the time of the Yakuza and
Backlimate.
and into the time of the Tojo clan and Kiryu being just like heavily involved in all this, all these old supporting characters. Just it's like, if you are keeping up with Yakuza over the years, it is like a little jarring to kind of step in here versus, you know, when we got Yakuza 0 and Kiwami 1 and even 2, it's like, okay, this is like the really beginning of the franchise and the story. So kind of just hopping into 3 after all of the recent releases, a little jarring in my Yakuza brain, my timeline. I'm like, okay, where are we? Like,
Chat jokes.
who are you right now?
Chat jokes. The man who penciled his name back in,
Yeah.
which is funny to me.
So there's also like a stink. There's a big cloud over this release that we have to address.
Yeah.
That, you know, like someone admitted to sexual assault and was cast in this game. Teruki Kagawa replaced a character from the original, because this is a remake, so they've recast some characters. So they put this actor who like admitted to sexually assaulting someone, and like this game deals with sexual assault. There is a villain in this game, not the actor who did it in real life, but there's another character who was a sexual assaulter, and
Yeah.
like it's really upsetting and really discouraging and disappointing, because this whole franchise, and Kiryu especially, like Kiryu would like beat this guy's ass.
Right.
Like Kiryu sees anyone in trouble from some evil villain, and Kiryu is like, what are you doing? Who do you think you are? Unacceptable. Like Kiryu is the voice of like Robin Hood vibes. Like,
Right.
Kiryu is a man of the people. And yeah, for them to do this, and then the director to say the reason was because, quote, "We tried to think of someone who makes you go, this guy's a creep."
Dude, like,
And it's just
This-
like, hire
this has
a
to-
fucking actor.
hire a fucking actor.
What are
like,
you
this
doing?
shit has to stop with like Marty Supreme or like Mugenics or whatever. Like any of these games where it's like we hired actual pieces of shit so they can play pieces of shit. It's like, no, Jan, you just hire actors to play pieces
Yeah.
of shit, and you fucking never deal with pieces of shit because they're pieces of shit.
And
like, it's not fucking rocket science.
yeah, and you know, it got the entire Yakuza community like upset. There's a huge petition to like replace the actor before the game came out, and it's just really disappointing, because again, this is a franchise that really promotes, like, as the years have gone on, like some of the earlier ones like have a little bit of aging, but like as the games have gone on more and more and more, as we've gotten into the last like 10 years of this, it's like these stories are so heartfelt. Like the sub stories and everything, they're so heartfelt. Like they treat people with love and respect.
Yeah.
Is this franchise like fully?
Chat was saying, I didn't know this. There used to be a trans, like a positive story about a trans character that they took out.
I haven't even played the up. I'm only like 5 hours in. I didn't even hear that. That
Yeah.
is insane.
I mean, I just heard that from chat, so
Yeah.
I don't know, but like that's crazy
Yeah.
if that's true.
So kind of disappointing, really disappointing.
It does seem out of character.
It's
like,
really out of character. That is why.
Yeah.
That's always the thing that impressed me with these games, is as you were saying, is like the characters are like a voice for the underdog.
Yeah.
And like the disenfranchised, you know? And it's like, isn't that the point of your games? Like the stories are like about that. Like you were saying, I don't know, it's just so weird. It's just weird.
Yeah.
So skip it. It's a skip.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck? It's just crazy. So
It was trans negative in the OG? Who knows?
So
Now chat's, I don't know.
that's why we don't have chat.
This is why we don't have chat.
That's why we do not have chat on the podcast. I don't want
I
it.
saw something about
ever
it.
Huber gets pissed.
Yeah,
Beyond
I
chat.
don't- we've-
Beyond chat.
I look on it
no.
because I look
a
at chat.
decade
the
of
original
no chat.
version of
I look at chat because I need to know if there's a tech problem.
the original version, I think, the storyline was trans negative.
Okay.
Then in the remaster version they did, which now delisted, it had they turned it to trans positive. And in the culling of like a ton of side stories in this in the Kiwami version,
was one.
they took
I
out
see.
this storyline completely. And someone tried to point out that the character is from a mini game that's like no longer like even in like it's gone. So it would like but
Wouldn't
they
have
still
made
removed
sense.
it. They took it
Yeah,
out,
okay.
but they tried to give a little bit of defense, saying that like, where would that character go now if their whole stuff was cut out? I don't know.
They
I
should
haven't
have
played it,
found
so
a
I don't know
way.
if it's BS.
They should have found
yeah,
a way
and, like,
to like
they could have
keep
like
that,
found
or
a way to
even
rework
enhance
something.
to that
Yeah.
because they have they have so much other added content that you could easily retrofit that important storyline, like, you know, represent that, make it important. Like, again, the fan base of Yakuza relates to trans narratives and all of the fucking game for the people, and for them to just kind of like take this hard right turn of like, yo, we're gonna hire a convicted sexual assaultist. Not convicted, he admitted it. There was no like crimes,
Legal repercussions.
no legal repercussions, but it was admitted. It's got a little bit of a stink.
Also, I've always pulled in from chat here and there from the other room.
In that room.
So it freaks you out because it's right here.
Yeah, it freaks me out. Ask Blood. Ask Blood about it.
I don't ask Blood about shit.
Yeah. All right. Yakuza 3. What can we say? Just kind of icky right now. We'll see how it plays out. Hopefully they learn from it. Maybe it was like this director also. And of course, the creator of it all is long gone. So is this like a new era for this franchise? Are we about to go like another way with it? I don't know.
It's gone fascist.
Because Pirate Yakuza had some incredible storylines.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just, I don't even know. It bums me out, Isla. What do you do?
You talk about something that bums you out less, like Romeo is a Dead Man.
Yeah.
Romeo is a Dead Man is the new
From
joint
Suda.
from Suda, from Grasshopper Manufacturer, who have made such classics as No More Heroes, Shadows of the Dam, Let It Die, and Blood Plus. I remember the old Blood, the Last Vampire movie. I never watched Blood Plus, the show, but
Shadows of the fucking
I had
Damned.
I had Blood, the Last Vampire on DVD. Anyway, Romeo's a Dead Man is a trip, dude. This game is insane. It is nonstop, hyper-violent
Feel-good
sci-fi
game.
action. Yeah, it's wild. Like, you know, if you like games with wildly variable art styles and changes kind of what kind of game it is second to second, this is a game for you. The game starts with video footage of a model of the town,
So funny.
like not exactly stop motion, but like in a model, and then goes to anime, comic books. 3D action is the main meat and potatoes. There's pixel art in this sections. There's like hand drawn, like sketch parts of it. It is a lot of fun. This game is ridiculous. And they claim they didn't use AI, generative AI art, which is nice because
believe
like
it.
some of the art styles of like the character portraits like don't even match each other style wise, and I was like, I assume this is intentional, but hopefully it's not just shitty AI art. And Suda was like, no, we didn't use Gen AI on this. And it was front of mind because Let It Die Inferno definitely did, which was a real drag. But
Botched.
yeah, not created by the core team. It was
Yeah,
just kind of
yeah.
licensed,
Yeah.
but whatever. Anyway, this game is bananas, and it's fun. It's a lot of ridiculous action stuff. You can get different weapons. I've been using the like power fists, of course. There's a big sword. There's a lot of stuff. You have a gun also.
Sick.
You got a pistol you start out with. I switched to the shotgun.
Oh.
Which I
Is it
really I like it. You have to be real close for it to like work, which on some of the bosses is pretty tricksy.
Yeah.
But characters have a little weak spot, and you can hit it a couple of times, and it'll like really do a lot of damage. But you have to use the
Sick.
gun for that. Yeah. So you play Romeo, who almost immediately
Is he a dead man?
gets his face ripped off by a demon, and his grandpa Benjamin shoves a crazy like thing in his eye, which drills into his head, blows his whole head up, replaces it with a robot, and then he is henceforth known as Dead Man, sort of.
So insane.
There's a running gag through the first like 5 or 6 hours of this game that I've played that everyone, like your boss at the FBI Space-Time Police Division where you work, constantly, every time he refers to you, says, Romeo, I mean Dead Man. And then like later that gets upgraded to Romeo, or perhaps you would prefer Dead Man. Like they just, every time anyone refers to him, they say all of that. And it's very funny to me. Yeah, there's a lot of weird little secrets to find. You can farm your own zombie helpers, and they're called bastards. So you find like bastard seeds, and you plant them in
basket?
your sister. Bastard in a basket. You plant them in this farm that your sister runs on the ship. Your whole family's on the ship. It's jolly. Like your mom, you cook curry with her, and your sister runs the bastard farm. And like, yeah, this anime girl is the doctor. Like this game is just insane, but it's fun. Most importantly. You mostly just like bop around and hit a lot of triangle and square. You know, like fast attack is square, heavy attack is triangle. Bob's your uncle. That's a video game. You zip around, and it's
Just so
Romeo's a dead
creative.
man. It's fun. It feels like it's
so
really
inspired.
Yeah, there's a really interesting kind of thing with Suda and like Swery and a few other creators where it's like, you can tell when it's the real article, when it's the genuine article, because like it's oft emulated but rarely achieved. Mm-hmm. You know, there are a lot of pretenders to the weirdo throne.
Yeah.
And like you know when it's not the real thing, and when it's and like Let It Die Inferno kind of had that for me, where I was like, yeah, this feels like Let It Die, but someone who's like playing the hits, it's like a cover band, you know, where it's like good in a different way or not good in a different way. But this like so nonstop insane that you're like, you know, somebody's hands are on the till, you know, and you're along for the ride. So yeah, if you're into it and like you're ready to swim. Because, you know, it is sitting, I think, at like a mid to low 7.
Always.
Which is, you know, about right. But, like, in a good way for this. It's bonkers.
Hell yeah.
It looks and feels probably closest to No More Heroes.
I just love that he gets to keep making games like this.
Looks a little bit.
But it's kind of its own.
Wild.
It's its own thing, too. It's nuts.
So cool.
It's fun. And also, Juliet is really cool and has neat outfits.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
This is high on my list.
And it's like kind of hot
play
when
it
she
so
rips her
bad.
own head off. What can I say?
Cannot
I'm
wait
like,
to play
oh.
this.
Into that, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
good.
awesome. It feels just like David Lynch, you know.
Yeah,
of
I mean,
video
they all-
games. Yeah.
They all love David Lynch.
Yeah, and just like getting funding, being able to make what he wants to make,
Yeah.
just so out there.
Yeah.
We love it.
Yeah.
You know,
It's-
in the era of either like super duper indie, small, or like extremely safe AAA sequel.
Yeah.
You know, Suda is such a bright light.
Well, and also it's funny with this because it's like it jumps right in, and there are a lot of like story interstitials, and like you spend some time on the ship like bopping around or whatever, but everything is so bizarre that you don't feel like it's downtime exactly. Yeah,
Such good art.
game is crazy.
Hell yeah. Romeo's a Dead Man. If you want to play something inspired,
Yeah,
something unique,
weird as shit.
give it a go.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Reanimal Oh yeah, Reanimal.
Is it good?
It's freaking good.
Yeah.
It's
we hitting?
so fun.
All right.
So I've heard takes that it might be better single player, but that comes as expected because of horror.
Yeah.
A co-op horror game, you are losing the tension, you are
Takes the
losing
edge off.
it takes the edge completely off. I have been playing this with my girlfriend who does not play games, and let me tell you, it is fucking
Lore drop?
amazing. It has been so fucking fun because like the mechanics are simple enough as to where like anyone can hop in. If you have two people, one person can kind of take point. There's not like, Split Fiction where it's like you need to like fully rely on
Yeah.
both players like doing what they need to do. This is
Can't carry someone new.
Yeah, this is like you can carry someone through. But yeah, you just wake up in isolated area and there's just nonstop disturbing imagery everywhere. There's like skin suits, friggin' Buffalo Bill, Silence of the Lambs vibe, just like slithering around, and this like creeper, giant, tall man, like roaming around trying to find you.
Good heavens.
The environments are really strong. You're getting all the greatest hits. You're getting a beach. You're getting a lighthouse. You're getting a factory. But I think the quality is there. It is really good co-op experience. I saw some early takes where it was like, yo, playing single player versus co-op, but I'm just really enjoying the co-op. There's a lot of cool secrets too, because the environments are pretty open, but they're not giant. But there are a lot of those video game moments where it's like you're trying to find the wrong way to go. It's like, oh, I want to go the wrong way. Like, oh, if that like carries me, oh, I want to go maybe back over here. So there's a lot of kind of just like combing the perimeter and kind of looking around. I will say, Blood talked about this, and Blood and I talked about this with Little Nightmares 3, and just these games in general, where there's just those like frustrating moments of death, where like you know exactly what you need to do, and just the game is so annoying.
That's a killer. That is a killer, dude.
It's like, yo, I'm right here instead of right here, and the thing gets me and I die, and then you got to redo the whole thing.
The run back matters.
The
so much
run
on
back.
that.
Nightmares 3 more.
Yes, some of the
Yeah.
checkpoints are chill, but some of them were like, oh my God, I got to watch this guy open the gate, shut the gate, walk through, and then we're like not behind the right, exact angle.
That stuff, especially with a game with like
Yeah.
an interesting perspective,
Yeah.
can get pretty frustrating. Where you're just like, I thought I was hidden.
Yeah.
Like I
I'm
can't
hiding
tell.
behind the bathtub.
Yeah, I'm behind the bathtub.
Yeah.
How can I tell? Like, yeah.
So,
But that's patchable.
yeah.
Hopefully.
But it still feels really good, and I like the environments. I love, like,
Tom Waits back there.
like, you watch a horror movie sometimes, and something so crazy happens, you can't help but just laugh at how crazy it is. This game has a lot of that. Just, like, insane imagery where it's just like, what? Like, so, yeah, really fun. There's secrets. My favorite collectible of all time is concept art. I think it's the best collectible. I love it. So there's, like, hidden concept art. There's hidden, like, it seems like almost true ending type stuff.
Oh.
Like, maybe, where there's, like, really hidden lore revealing stuff where I'm like, what is that gonna do? Maybe not. I'm not sure.
Is this the same or different people from Inside? I always...
Different.
Okay.
This is Little Nightmares 1 and 2.
Right, okay.
Which-
Inside did that well, where it's like finding the true ending. You like
Yes.
found hidden stuff and then unlocked it.
I love Inside.
Inside
They haven't
is
made a
great.
game since.
Really?
Yeah, right?
Did they get shut down or something?
No. They're
fuck?
working on something.
Crazy.
Inside. Oh. I've been meaning to replay that for years.
Inside is good.
It is time for an Inside replay.
Inside and Limbo are probably my favorite of this
So
type of
good.
game. Like they're not exactly the same, like, but yeah.
Love and Abandoned Movie Theater. That's like level
Oh, yeah.
level 1.5, basically. But really cool imagery, really cool. The critics out there are saying single player for a more horror experience, and I'm here telling you also that co-op is really, really fun, especially with someone who is unfamiliar with video games. So,
But not as scary.
not as scary at it. Yeah. There's some combat mechanics too.
Yeah.
Kind of finding items to progress. So, I'm into it. I'm loving it.
Good to hear.
Mickey D's. I'm loving it. Wendy's. Burger King.
I'm loving,
loving
it. That's McDonald's, I think.
McDonald's.
Just do it.
Just-
McDonald's.
Just do it.
I'm not answering because I'm not saying anything about food.
Yeah, shut your mouth. This is a long episode.
Keep my mouth
Robabiati.
shut. Keep my mouth shut here.
Alrighty. Whew. That was a marathon, but we made it through, and we got more to come. We got a lot more to come still, especially if you're watching the final cut.
Yeah.
The Snyder cut, if you will.
The Huber cut.
The Hink cut.
Well, it's the Casanova cut. Don cuts the podcast.
We've got more to come, but if you've been enjoying the show so far, please take a second to like and subscribe. Is Don here?
Don's everywhere.
Yo.
There's Don.
Yo.
Don, why don't you give us the social pitch?
The social pitch,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah, sell us.
We pop in there.
Sell us on Easy Allies.
Listen up, everyone. Are you enjoying yourselves? There's a reason for that. You're watching and listening to Easy Allies, the exclusive podcast that only happens once a week from Los Angeles, California, and we're bringing it to you. Crazy group of people who love video games and want to share that with you. And also, the best community on the internet.
It's true.
Ever.
Yeah, so as Huber was alluding to earlier, we've got more to come, but if you have been enjoying the show, please take a second to like and subscribe. Ring that bell on YouTube. It really helps us, and it helps you to stay connected to this whole thing. Also, if you want to sponsor this podcast, can you believe it? You can. You, right there. Any of you can get in right now as a sponsorship on this podcast. You can have your name right here. Okay, get in touch, reach out. You can email us at info@easyallies.com. We will get you all the details. As Lila likes to say, it's unbelievably affordable. Can you imagine? Sort of like your old Game Pass used to be.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable value.
A more incredible value
more
than
incredible
Game Pass.
value than Game Pass now.
An incredible value back then.
Yeah.
Yes. So now, all I can say is if you are a patron of Easy Allies already, thank you so much. We do love you so very much, okay?
Yes.
Tossing it back to you now, Huber.
Hell yeah. Well said, Don. Hope everyone is just having a good, safe, loving time out there on this February 12th, 2026. We love you. We have an awesome interview with Quentin Cobb and Elaine. And they opened Quentin, CEO and founder, opened Ironroot Games. Quentin Cobb has previously worked on games like Uncharted and The Last of Us. He had been in the studio a few times as well, just playing games, talking about games. And
Pre-COVID.
yeah.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, and he decided to open his new studio, and we got to chat with them both for about an hour or so.
Yeah.
And it was really fun. Hello and welcome to a very special interview at Easy Allies. We are so grateful to have Quentin Cobb and Elaine Gomez. They just opened a brand new studio.
Yes.
Yes. Please tell us about yourselves for those who don't know you. Tell us your little history, little backstory, and about your new studio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my name's Quentin Cobb. I'm a game designer. I've been in games for about 17 years. I worked at Naughty Dog. I worked at Daybreak, Sony, ZeniMax Online. And so my last project, I was at ZeniMax Online for almost 5 years, was shut down last July. And so after that, I decided to make my own studio, do my own thing, and called up some friends from ZeniMax, a couple from Naughty Dog, called up Elaine, and formed a new studio back in October.
No fate but what you make.
Exactly. And so we've just been working on a new game, trying to figure it out, all remote, all over the states. You know, she's in New Jersey, I'm in California. There's people in Texas and Wisconsin and Maryland and Seattle, all over, and we're just jamming on a new thing.
How has that been working remotely with each other? Is that just going well, flowing? Is it a little more challenging than in person, or just more convenient?
Well, ZeniMax was all fully online, remote team. Yeah.
I mean, I think like a lot of people have been remote since the pandemic.
Definitely.
I have not been in an office since then. I've been in my same home office since then. So it's just normal for me now. So it's fine.
You get used to it, yeah.
Yeah. And where did you guys meet prior to
On
this?
the internet.
No way.
Yeah.
So I can tell the story. So I've followed Elaine for a long time.
Yeah.
She's phenomenal. I've seen her interviews and talks, and she's been on a bunch of podcasts, and I've just been, a fan and thought she was amazing.
Yeah.
So when I started,
I love that.
When I started my company, I was just on LinkedIn kind of checking people out, and I saw that she had posted about she's struggling to finding a job.
Yeah.
And she's an amazing game designer and could not find a job.
Yeah.
And so I reached out to her. I said, hey, I'm working on a thing. Maybe we could chat. Maybe it would be something interesting. So we just talked. And then she came out to TwitchCon because she lives in New Jersey.
Cool.
And she was like, oh, by the way, next week I'm going to be in TwitchCon in San Diego. Do you want to hang out in person? And boom, we met.
And we had some tacos.
Had
and
tacos.
we chatted, and that was it.
Find out.
That was it.
And boom,
awesome.
on the team.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
That's so cool.
yeah.
So your studio, Ironroot Studio, coming out of, you worked a lot on AAA, and you said you were from ZeniMax.
No, I'm one of the only folks who's not from ZeniMax.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Elaine,
want-
not from ZeniMax.
Yeah.
Well, Elaine should tell her
Yeah,
kind of story.
please.
So my name's Elaine, for those that don't know
Yeah.
me. I am an advocate in the industry. That's like my known thing. So when it comes to indie game development, and when it comes specifically to marginalized game developers, because I'm Boricua, I'm from Puerto Rico. So it's a thing, when you don't see people that look like you around you, and you try to find community. So I began doing that when I started in the industry. So that was about, my career started 10 years ago. So I've been in games for 10 years. But I started a community called Latinx in Gaming about 2 years after I started. So that community has been going strong. We started, I don't know if you're familiar with what the IGDA is. So the IGDA is the International Game Developers Association.
Yeah.
So most devs are under it. You pay your dues, and then you get some benefits. And again, it's international. So we're talking about devs literally everywhere. There's probably, at this point, thousands and thousands. But we started in there. And there's different chapters. They're called special interest groups. And they range anywhere from game design to game writing, programming, now AI, climate change. There's so many different groups. And one of them happened to be developers of Latin American descent. So that group got defunct. So they no longer operated. And we're trying to figure out at the time, this was back in 2015, 2016, well, how do we resurrect it? Is it possible? Who do we need to talk to? And it was just me and some friends. And they were like, yeah, you can activate it if you want to, if that's something that you want to do, but it's a big responsibility. It's all on you. Like, it's very hands off.
Wow.
So we're like, okay, we'll figure it out, right? So we'll do it.
I love that. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So we started a roundtable, and it was literally a couple, tens of people, maybe 40, 30. And then a few years later, we grew a lot. And then we were like, okay, we need money now, like, to do stuff.
Yeah.
So if we want to go to cons and conventions and help devs, like, we need money. So we decided to form a 501c3, so now we're a nonprofit. Cool. So we have a story from being like 40, 50 people, and now we're like a community of like over 40,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're pretty special, but it's because we're very active.
Yeah.
So we're constantly helping each other, constantly doing things all the time, traveling a lot, meeting each other and giving each other resources. But that's what I'm really, really known for. That's why he found me and was following me, because that's the type of stuff that I do. But my game stuff is just like professional, my career.
Yeah.
So I don't really talk about what we're doing at work, because everything's NDA, right? So you just know you're a game developer. But at least I've been in indie and AAA, so I've teeter-tottered in both types of projects. So I understand the risks, I understand the issues, and it's a different type. They're two different worlds. But at the end of the day, it's people coming together creating. Yeah. And there's a lot of tensions that come about when you are with people. It's like having lots of chefs in the kitchen, because all creatives want to say, I want it like this, I want it like that, I don't like that. So
I bet that gets
it's
tough.
a lot of social skills that you need to develop in order to work with people. And I have found that working both sides, indie and AAA, gives you a lot of experience to deal with different kinds of people. So yeah, I think that's maybe the most like biggest skill that I can give to Ironroot. It's like I know what it's like to work with lots of different people. I know what it's like to have language barriers. I know what it's like to ask for money, like at an executive level.
That's
like,
always so uncomfortable.
how much?
Love that.
It's like, here's a pitch deck. I need X amount of money, and this is why you should believe in me. Like, those are really hard skills to develop. And I've been able to do that at a small level with Latinx. We started, I need $100, I need $1,000, all the way up to now it's like over hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you develop that, and you can share that information with people.
I love that so much.
I love that,
Yeah.
right? Because it's like, I suffered, so that maybe I can give that information so people can't suffer.
That's
What I
amazing.
mean? It doesn't suffer.
And just everybody coming together on a team too, with like love and respect for each other, no pun intended. Like people just, everyone coming together with like their passion and respecting one another. I feel like that's when you make something truly special.
Exactly.
Well, that's exactly what we're trying to do, right? As I was talking to different game devs and talking about what I wanted to do, I presented it as, let's really collaborate, right? Let's actually sit down and come up with a game and work together in a way that we, like you said, respect each other. It's healthy. It's, great communication. And everyone feels a part of it. Everyone feels ownership of not just the part of the game, but the whole thing. And the whole company, right? So that's what we're really trying to do, and I think it's been going really well. And I think the whole team has been energized, excited, happy to be there, happy to just be a part of something artistic, to make great art. That's what everyone is excited to do,
Yeah.
and it's been going really well.
Yeah.
We'll get into it later. But
Yeah. How is just generally how different is it, like indie versus AAA? What is that process like?
Oh my gosh, this is a
Yeah.
great question. So I'm new to this, right? Because I was in AAA like 16 years prior. So then really since September, October is when I started this process. So I'm learning. I'm going to crash course in game dev. And Elaine can talk a lot more about this. But what I've found, the biggest thing is the specialization versus wearing many hats. In AAA, you have typically giant teams. You get very specialized, right? Very, very specialized as a texture artist, as a gameplay animator.
This is your department, your
as
thing.
a combat designer, very specialized. Indie, no. You really want people can be specialized and focus on things in indie, but the most valuable devs in indie can do a lot, right? Can do a lot because you want the team small. You have a small budget, so you have a small team, and then you need those team members to do a whole bunch of different things. So really having people that can learn new skills, that can spread out and do a bunch of different tasks and wear many hats, as they say, is the best. Is by far the best. There's other things. I mean, really, what I'm finding in indie is you're always fundraising. You're always fundraising. You're always looking to, how to fund the team, how to get to the next milestone. You're constantly fundraising. And then, I think as an indie, you're really trying to figure out, how do you make a game for a particular audience? I think a lot of times in AAA, they're much bigger games. They're for a really wide audience. They try to make a game for as many people as possible, typically, right?
Yeah.
Which is great. Indie, you don't want to do that. You want to make, I think, with a small game for a certain audience and serve that audience and make sure that you're meeting their expectations. So I think for me, those are two things. What do you think?
I definitely agree. And again, because I've had experience in both, right? Both professionally and my own thing. The biggest thing that I have learned truly is that when you're in AAA, like the cost of failure is so high. So like you're not really allowed to mess up, right? And then sometimes you develop what we call technical debt, right? So like you build a thing and it's
That's
kind of
scary.
spaghettied put together and it was not meant to stay that way for very long, but you don't have the time. Like there's just no time to make it better. So we just keep going at it.
Build on top of it.
Literally on shaky ground. And AAA development is known for that. Like hold on by strings and duct tape. With indie though, you have so much more creative freedom and you have the ability to sit down together and make decisions together that are either for the good of the game or like scoping it down. You know what I mean? Like we can we can make better decisions of like, what do we want to cut for the sake of like our mental health or for the sake of the fact that we're not going to reach this damn milestone, you guys. So like, what are we going to do? So if we really want something really polished and good, where can we like spend our time? You know, where do we put our monies so that we can really show what we're really good at versus like maybe something that was halfway baked, but was in there and maybe lost its purpose or intention. Yeah. So I think that's like the biggest thing, being able to do that and having the smaller group of folks where we can have those tougher conversations and not have this chain of command.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I love that is when everyone is working with each other rather than just being splintered off into their own departments and factions.
And siloing, yes. Yeah. There's a lot of that. I mean, but how can you not when you're in a team of like hundreds of people and scattered all over the world sometimes even, and then you're working with co-dev and internal. So some people get tasks, you know, co-devs in like, I don't know, let's say Singapore or Malaysia, they're making art, pumping out animations, and it's literally just deliverables that you're receiving. And they might be messed up. You may need to fix them or send them back. It's just this constant like lack of miscommunication and like, imagine being in that for 6-7 years where it comes to a point sometimes where people are like, what are we making? What game are we making? Because like things change so often. And people don't understand, I feel like, especially players, that like we're human beings and we get tired. Imagine looking at the same project every day for 6 years. And then some leaders are like, you know what? I'm going to get a better job somewhere else. And then those leads leave, somebody new comes in and then tries to redo everything. Like, so then you have to sometimes start from scratch.
Oh my God.
So it's just like a never-ending cycle of just BS, constantly. Yeah. And it's not fair. Yeah. Whereas when you're in an indie studio and you have a little bit more control of that, I think you can really prevent a lot of those things. I'm not saying that they're perfect and that's never going to happen because those things happen, but it's so much more preventable when you don't have these people where it's like the creative director said and then the lead said and then the manager and then it trickles down and like lots of time passes by and there's miscommunication, no documentation, and it's just too much.
Yeah.
You know, but this is the nature of like very bloated games where there's hundreds of things to take care of and lots of moving parts. In an indie, you can kind of like consolidate a lot of these things and they all have a house. There's a wheel in a house and there's leads, but we're all talking to each other because it needs to be whole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's game development is difficult no matter where you go.
Yes.
Like literally doesn't matter where you go.
Very hard.
Like,
just a miracle. Thank you to all the game devs.
Every single game is a miracle.
Yeah, we always try to say that on Easy Allies. These are people making these games. We always try to remember that and pitch that. It's like, can only do so much. Like, I'm wondering, would a AAA studio ever do like an early access or try to kind of foster that, you know, more intimate, close-knit development instead of just going all in to full release and splintering off like that?
That's a great question. I think, so I've been kind of having this debate amongst the other leads and other team members about when to show work, when to show art, when to show animation, when to show concept art. And I think with a big AAA studio, there's so much fear that what they show doesn't hit, what they show has a bad reaction or something. So they want to make sure that
that reaction is so fast on the internet too. It's crazy.
Whatever they show has to be perfect, has to be absolutely picture perfect and really. They market test it. They do, so much work goes into it before you see a trailer or screenshots or anything. And I don't know if they would necessarily break out of that because it's so much money. There's so much on the line, and it's such huge project, so risky. I think it would be interesting for a big studio to do that, to say, hey, open up development and look at it from the beginning.
Yeah.
Right? But that is... probably unlikely. Probably unlikely.
Absolutely. I mean, there are AAA-esque studios that have tried it. Fantastic Pixel Castles, if y'all ever heard of it. They took that approach. They immediately were like doing devlogs and showing their stuff to the public and making the community part of the game's development. And as far as I know, they were doing very, very well, but they still got shut down. That it doesn't save you, And there is definitely an unspoken rule when it comes to releasing things in early access in game dev that once you put something up on Steam early access, like that it will make it and break it. So either you do it really well or not. And it's very hard to recapture an audience and recapture a community when it flops like that from the beginning.
It's hard to recover.
Yes. So that's why it's so risky, regardless of whether it's AAA or indie. It's like if you're going to put it out, it needs to be what you want it to be, communicate out, even on its early access like version. And I think it's difficult to get there because sometimes you're still iterating and iterating. And things change. We all know that. Some games have been in early access for a very, very long time.
Ashes of Creation.
Yeah. So
Project Zomboid, I think, was one. There's like 10 years.
Forever.
That one.
Yeah, exactly. And I just think that it's a huge risk, regardless. So I don't know if AAA will ever adopt it because there is this culture of like fear of failure. There's this culture of secrecy even in like tools, like no sharing of knowledge, no sharing of resources. So when we see these studios close down, all that knowledge that was used to build that is gone forever.
Wow.
To me, I was like blown away, like when Monolith, when like these and Arcane closed down. It's like the decades of knowledge that some of those developers had, and like where are they going to put that? They're going to have to relearn a new engine, relearn how to develop wherever else they go, because every studio does things differently. There are some similarities, but it's true. Everywhere you go is a little bit different.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So Ironroot Studios.
Ironroot Games.
Ironroot Games.
Sorry. It's okay.
Games,
It's okay.
yes.
It's okay.
Yes, Ironroot Games. Can you tell us a little bit about the studio and just what your philosophies are and how it's going to relate or not relate to AAA and indie, kind of what you're striving for and where you stand?
So, it's a good question. Yeah, our studio is really built around community, around trying to, like we were talking about, bringing people together, collaborating, really trying to focus on the art form of game development, right? That's been my focus. I think there's a lot of talk and a lot of teams and games that are trying to make money, right? They're trying to make the next Fortnite or the next extraction shooter or the next whatever, and that's fine for them. My focus is on storytelling, on gameplay, on the art form of game dev, and really connecting with an audience, really, fostering that human connection, not only with my other team members, but eventually with the audience and with people that, we want to tell a great story and bring them on a journey and create a world that is exciting and fun to be in. And then also have a message, right? I think what we're trying to, we're early days, what we're trying to figure out is what do we want to say as people, as game developers, as a team, right? What is our message behind the game, and what does this mean? Why are we making this game, right? We're not here to, we're not here to make a ton of money, right? Yeah. That is, hopefully we can make some money and live, right? That's fine. Yeah. We're here to create a great player experience that people enjoy and want to, just a world that they want to live in. The thing that I've been thinking about a lot, because I have young kids, I want to make a game that my kids can be proud of, that my wife and my mom and my sister and my family can be proud of. That's who I'm making the game for.
That's the best reason ever to make a game, Quentin. Straight up.
So that's been my focus. And so as I've been bringing people in and talking to people and figuring out, what we want to make, that's, everything I do is for my kids now. That's what I do. And I think about them and I focus on how to make them proud and how to create a business, create a company and a studio and a culture that is built off love and respect, right? Is built off of, people having a voice, people being included, being honest and transparent, right? There's going to be tough decisions to make. There's going to be tough conversations, and there's many good things. And I can't shy away from the tough parts as much as I want to celebrate and have fun when we have wins. So I think being transparent about, where we're going, what game we're making, what the vision is, how much we're making, where the money's coming from, how we're spending money. I am transparent with everybody on the team about what's happening along the way. I have nothing to hide, right? And I want them to be included and be informed, right? To understand, is this somewhere they want to be? Do they want to work on this game? Do they want to stay here? They can have all of the information to really build trust and really build, like I said, first a community of us game developers, and then eventually we're going to expand and bring in fans and try to make something really special and connect with other people. I've been working on a lot of pitch decks, as you do in the early days of game dev. The final slide of my pitch deck is called the human touch. Everything in our game is made by a person, right? Everything that we're doing, from art to animation to programming to design to music, is made by a human being. This is very important to me. This is, you go back 10 years, this of course, right?
Yeah, of course.
Games are made by people, but it's not so much today. And so I really want to focus on the people making the game to make that human connection so that people that play the game understand everything there is handcrafted. All of the things in the game that their experience
Everyone's
was made
clapping right now.
was made by a person and a team that is, collaborating together. So that's where I've been sort of coming from and focused on, and I'm hoping that when we do start to show parts of the game and really come out with what we're building, that it will resonate, that it will attract people that want to experience a great art form inside of games. I don't know, Elaine, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that we're not focused on games as products, and that's what we were trained. That's what you're trained to do in AAA. You're trained in think about the microtransaction, or think about the moment-to-moment experience, so that you can hook the player for X amount of hours or whatever. That's how you're taught to think. And unlearning that is also a journey for ourselves as game developers, to be if what we want to communicate is the art form, and if we want to extend ourselves into the art, that takes a lot. It takes a lot of mental and emotional strength to be able to explore what are the things that we want to say. There's a lot of things that we can talk about in the state of the world and even in the industry. And I think we are going to be very thoughtful in the things that we pick, and it's going to have meaning and intention. And I think that gets lost, now in AAA, because it is about the product. So you're making things there's a business model that you're following, there's a formula that you're following, especially if you're part of IPs and projects that have been long-lasting. There is a formula to follow because it's working, right? But then again, when you're building something new, you don't have a formula to start from. So you're trying to figure out, what is meaningful to us? And at the same time, where's that Venn diagram of what's meaningful to other people, And I always bring up, anytime we talk about resonating story, it's God of War. The new God of War 2018, when it was about fatherhood and family, it resonated with so many people. And why was that? It was because Cory Barlog was going through fatherhood. He just had his child, and he's like, holy moly, I have no relationship with my dad. I don't want to be this way. Maybe I can write a story for a game where I can utilize these feelings and put them in this world. And everybody resonated all over the world, because you always will understand not having a good relationship with somebody that you care about. We have all gone through that, whether it's family or friends. So I think it is in our interest to figure out, what is that? What are those pillars that God of War had? Something similar like that, where we can figure out what resonates with people in the now, that we can really hit at the core and transcend just, this is a game world that's really beautiful and it's super exciting and engaging, but also it tells you a little bit about the humans who made this and who have a vision and who have, a purpose and are seeing things through the lens of the craft that we know how to make.
Yeah.
I have to go back and talk about some of the stuff that she said, because exactly, I think, relating to that story about Cory Barlog, I'm making this game, it's personal, right? That's what I've been tapping into. When I thought about the kind of game that I want to make and what I want to say, I just thought about myself. And I tried, and talking with the team, but I'm making the game very personal, and which is a double-edged sword. That the more that I put myself into the game, the more that I put myself into the characters and their story and who they are, that's more of me, the more vulnerable I am, the more I'm like exposing myself, right, to judgment and criticism and everything else. That is tough. It's really hard. So it's been exactly what you're saying. It's been an emotional journey to try to do that, right? I think any artist that puts themselves into the art and really pours their heart and soul into it, it's so vulnerable. It's emotionally very difficult, and it has been a journey, but I think that's what creates the best art, right?
Yes.
That's what gets you the best end product. It's not easy, right? You have to suffer for it, but you're going to get something great. So I've just really been trying to put, especially the characters in the story, put myself into them, right? Think about, especially the main character. What is it about the main character from me that I want to put into them and see? And that's been really fun writing characters and writing backstories and relationships and exploring what that means in this game and why. Why is this special? Why is it interesting? And really trying to connect and do something personal, which is very challenging.
Yeah.
It is challenging.
You guys seem like the best team. Like, so Elaine, how has that been? Like, if Quentin's, getting vulnerable, putting all his heart into this, if you have, a differing take, what is that process like? Like, how do you keep each other honest?
Oh yeah, sometimes we actually had a discussion like last week because he was like, Elaine, like I'm putting so much into it that like when I receive criticism, I feel hurt, like personally hurt. And I'm just like, well, we have to be better about separating because the fact is that some people are not going to agree. Some people are not going to like certain things about it. And you can't take it personal.
Yeah.
Like you learn, and I went to school for game design. I learned game design at the University of Southern California. And one of the very first things that we learned was you need to be comfortable with ripping up your masterpieces and like killing your darlings. So never get attached to any design that you make. Never get attached to any game that you make, any prototype. It is absolutely so sad. I made a game one time in one of my courses that was deeply personal because I was going through. I had to get surgery. I had to get a pacemaker put in while I was in school.
Wow.
And I didn't quit. I went through it. And I was literally in school like a week and a half after my surgery because I was like, I'm not going to miss a semester. I want to graduate. It costs a lot of money to be there. And I cannot afford to skip a semester. So I made a game in the hospital room because that's where I had to do. And it was very emotional. It was a card game. And I had a stack of things you should do. Essentially, it was called it's kind of like Truth or Dare type of thing. So it was a stack of cards of things that you should do now, like things to do now versus things to do later or something like that. And you would roll a die, and then you would pick whichever one you got, and then you had the opportunity of either to pass or to go. And some of the things that I wrote down, I was like, call your mom and tell her you love her. Things like that, because those are the things that were going in my head when I was in the hospital room by myself. My parents were in New Jersey, I was in California, and I was like, what do I wish that I had a moment, like if something were to happen to me and I'm by myself, what would I want to do? And I had my classmates, we had to play test these games together. So I had my classmates, I brought in my little dice, my little card, explained everything. And I had all my classmates do it. And at the end of it, some people were like, wow, Elaine, this is really deep. Like, it really got to my soul. I had one of my classmates say, this is so jaded. Like, Elaine, this is so jaded. You want to get emotions out of me, but you are not going to get anything out of me. Whoa. And, some people are like that, and they killed my darlings. I was like, okay, that's totally fine. But I went to the bathroom and cried because I was like, how dare you? I'm going through so much. I put my heart and soul into this literally in this hospital room. But it's totally okay. I learned very young when I was early 20s going through that. So it's you learned very, very early that it doesn't matter at all. You can't take things personally. So I always tell Q, don't take it personally. Try to separate it. Because if people can tell you it's ugly and that they don't like it, but at the end of the day, if it's communicating its design and what you want it to do, that's what matters. And not everybody's going to like it.
Well, exactly, because everyone's an individual. And a friend of mine told me early on as I was shopping this around and talking to different people, not everyone is going to see the vision, right? I may see it and Elaine may see it and I think it's obvious. Look at this game. Look at what we're doing. It's amazing. Not everyone is going to see the vision. And I think as a creative person, you have to accept that. You have to be okay with that and understand that maybe they're not there yet. Maybe they can't see it, and that's fine. And you can't make a thing for everybody.
Yeah,
You just
absolutely. It's
can't.
impossible, yeah. And I feel like it's so easy for people to understand that with different mediums of entertainment, like with books or with movies. I feel like people are much more like prepped to like say, oh, I don't like this genre of book, so I'm not going to buy them and read them.
Oh, I don't
Same
like
thing
that.
with
Yeah.
like movies, right? But with games, there's something about games that no matter what, people always have an opinion.
Yes.
And I have found that it's because of time investment. So people invest so many hours to like be part of this world, and they're like, this world sucks. And they'll berate it on social media and they'll
Yup.
like put bad reviews on Steam. But it's literally because they invested their time and energy into this in ways that perhaps you wouldn't
so right.
in watching a movie or reading a book, because these mediums are passive. You're just unraveling whatever is put in front of you. But with a game, it's you.
You are
making
doing it.
decisions.
Yes.
You are moving things around, and that's why you get so locked in. And I get it. But at the same time, it's like, hey, it's just like a book. It's just like a movie. It's not for you. Like, return it,
Yeah.
refund it. It's fine. It was just not made for you, and that's okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, you guys are the best. Can you tell us about what you're working on at all?
How much do you want to share?
This is killing me.
Whatever you want to tell us.
You put me on the spot here. So there's a lot that I want to talk about. What we're making is very special. What I can say is that we are so we are making an action adventure game with really deep narrative. I think I will stop there.
Yeah.
But shocking, right? Given what the games I've worked on. So
It's like my favorite genre, so I'm pumped.
exactly. So I think it's going to have great combat, amazing enemies, and a really deep, incredible story, and an amazing world to explore. The team that I've assembled is incredibly talented. They're incredibly talented, and they are really invested and excited to make what we're working on. So I wish I could talk. Next time I come back,
next time.
I will have a lot more to show and talk about.
Next time, you promised.
But we literally, so it's February in 2026. We started in October of 2025.
Wow.
It's
So
only been a few months.
It's a few
Yeah,
months.
that is early days.
So we're early days. So we have a lot of great art, a lot of great story and characters and stuff that we are working on, but it's still early.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to trot stuff out now, and 6 months later it'll all be different.
And disappoint people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Can you tell us about the team?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, majority of the team is from ZeniMax Online, right? We were all working on the canceled project that team was working on that I can't talk about, and that we came together after July and started working on this game. It is in Unreal. I can say that. That's okay. Is that okay, boss? Is that all right? It's in Unreal.
Love it.
So we started kind of playing around in Unreal Engine 5, which is phenomenal, and thought, okay, we can really do this. So it's a bunch of friends from ZeniMax. I have one of my friends from Naughty Dog, an artist who's on the team. Elaine, what was the last company you worked at?
Worlds Untold, which also got shut down. So, I also came from a layoff
There you
and
go.
totally resonated with everybody. But we were also working on a AAA narrative-centered action adventure. So I understood the assignment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and I think there's one or two other people from other studios, but primarily ZeniMax. And we have a full team. We have artists and animators and UI and VFX and sound and programmers. So we're pretty stacked. And I can't forget Mary. Mary Chan is our head of operations and finance, who's phenomenal. She's going to go with us to Vegas to DICE tomorrow. She'll be there with us. So so she's worked in several game studios, but she's handling all the finances. She's brilliant and amazing.
She lets us know how much money do we got, how much runway, how many
Critical.
team members we actually are maxed out at. It's very helpful to be able to be realistic. Because sometimes when you're creative, you're just like, let's just make. And let's do this, let's do that, blah, blah, blah. And Mary's like, no.
Well,
hold your horses. We really actually honestly have this much runway. So let's utilize what we have in our plate.
Yeah.
That dynamic always interests me so much, of the creative versus the reality, like you're saying, you just want to you just want to go. You want to
just wanna
create.
create.
You have that vision. You're so,
Exactly.
you believe in it, but it's like, we can only do this way.
Yeah.
Well, what helps, especially with someone that's really looking at the finances, is you spend money on what's important, right? I'm over here. I want to spend money on everything. I want to buy this and buy that and fly people here and get a bunch of business cards or whatever. Mary sits down and says, okay, really think about what's important. You can only spend this much money. You have to focus on what's important right now and what will get to the next milestone, what will get to the next fundraising, whatever that is. So just like in game development, any game, you focus on what's important. You have to really shed all of the extra stuff that you want to do and really just focus on the core. So that's kind of what a good finance person would do for a team. And shout out Mary Chan.
Yeah,
It's
shout out
amazing.
to Mary. She's awesome. That's honestly one of those things that you learn as you do. Like in indie dev, you don't get trained in the business side at all. Like you kind of just thrown into the den of wolves and try to figure it out. And it's a whole another different discipline to understand the books, to build relationships, to talk to an investor, like the etiquette around that. There's so much that is unknown when you're in indie, and you're kind of learning as you're going, laying down the tracks as the train's coming, and it's scary because in AAA there's legal teams and there's HR and there's all these people.
Publishing arm.
Their entire discipline is literally handling that, and you're only focused on in-engine making creative decisions.
Is that harder working on an indie because you don't necessarily have those guardrails? Like,
I wouldn't say it's harder, but it's definitely things to think about that you wouldn't have to, right? But you are forced to be that level of realistic.
It depends. I mean, I think about me the last however many years working as a combat designer. That's all I did. I worked on weapons, abilities, levels, whatever, in-engine, just work, design work. Now I'm thinking about everything beyond the game of marketing and social media and talking to investors and fundraising and NDAs and contracts and employment
Payroll,
agreements
health
and
benefits.
attorneys. Think about, right? It goes on and on and on, a whole business. So I'm thinking about all that on top of the creative side. Okay, but now I got that, and I need to make a game, and I need to lead this art, sync, or this design meeting, or this brainstorm with animators, or whatever. Right? I'm doing that on top of all the business stuff. So it's just a whole different ball game. And I think, a small indie team, it's not necessarily harder. You're just juggling a lot more and doing a lot of bigger variety of things beyond game development. And then, like I said before, I think really an indie team is focused on how do you make the game for a particular audience. That's a much bigger thing that they're working on. And I think a big AAA game and what you're working on is just your small corner, your thing that you're focused on. Even as a lead or a high level, even like a director, I think they're still specialized in their thing. Whereas a small indie team is like you're really making that game for that audience and trying to find them, understand them, and serve them.
Yeah.
I love that.
You need to learn a little bit of everything, though, and that's hard because when you're trying to be an engine and make decisions, and then also learning things that don't necessarily correlate directly to the game, but are needed to make the studio function.
Yeah.
It's just a lot on your plate.
Yeah. For either of you, has the passion and creativity, has the like business part of it gotten in the way of the passion and the creativity? Have you run into issues like that?
The business side, let's see. I don't think so. I mean, not yet, right? We still have not, we're early days of funding. So I think eventually we'll probably get to that. I think that we have a lot of plans, a lot of things we want to do. And at some point, we're going to have to look at time and money and budget and make tough decisions. We're not there yet. We're still kind of blue sky. We're still kind of, hey, anything's possible. We can make anything. So we're still in that early, just super creative days of learning and figuring out what we're making. So
that's fun.
Haven't quite run into that. But we're close to figuring out, okay, well, when do we want to ship? Right? What's the budget look like? How many people will that, what's the spend on that? And so we're trying to start to shape, how many biomes or levels or this enemies, right? We're starting to kind of look at that. But for now, we're just whatever we want to build, it's really going nuts. So I think it'll get there eventually.
Yeah. I'm sure there are days where he has way more meetings. And he's like, I just want to be an engine. I don't want to be in spreadsheets and like doing all this stuff. And that's like the nature of like running the business side.
Yeah. Dang
Yep,
it.
that kind of sucks.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Isla. Isla's coming in with some tips for the end of this. Yep.
Great.
Is there anything else you just want to say to the audience, or just say about your game, your studio, the industry in general? Just, your final thoughts and yeah.
Yeah, I could talk about the industry in general a bit, and I think there's been a lot of this talk online a bit about indie game dev is where true creativity is right now. I think there's some great AAA games that are still pushing and doing interesting things. I think the real creativity is indies,
I
right?
agree. A lot of the big AAA sequels have been so safe.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So I think fans are really getting that, right? I think if you look at last year, Expedition 33, Silksong, there's a bunch of smaller indie games that were phenomenal, that crushed. And that's where I think teams are really pushing. That's where they're taking risks. That's where I think fans and audiences are getting truly great games from smaller indie teams. So I would say, yeah, I think people still, be on the lookout for those smaller indie teams. Give them a chance, right? Really look at smaller teams making artful games that are truly creative, so that the next one can be made, right? Yeah. You really want to prop up each indie team that's doing something special so that the next team can do their thing and that team can make the next game, right? So the other thing I have to talk about really quickly is what I found that I absolutely love now being an indie dev is talking to other teams, talking to other indie devs, are so kind, are so amazing, are so sweet and helpful and kind. And they, the real, I think, other indie teams and other developers get it. Every indie team that does well helps the other one, right? A rising tide lifts all boats. So I think it's been really great getting to know other teams and other indie devs because they are so helpful, and it's just a great community. Community.
Is AAA like that or no?
I'm not going to comment on that.
And that even reflects to like awards. So in the industry, there's multiple awards.
Yeah.
The Game Awards are not the only ones. But I have had experiences where there was a clear divide, and you're like, you're indie, you go over here. You're student, you go over here. Wow. AAA goes over here. So it's like even in that, they kind of like divvy off. You get treated different, and you go to like the Game Developers Conference. I've experienced that. Yeah. I know what it's like to have like a AAA like company badge, and people like look at my badge and want to talk to me, versus if it's like an indie badge and be like, oh, you're nobody.
Wow.
I don't want to talk to you. Like people have prejudices depending on like what studio you're working at. If you are known, like how many followers you have on social media, it's like a big thing. It really, really is. But I think that's just the nature of people. I think at that point. But I want to say too, with indies, I think indies are great. I think indies are the future of our industry and potentially what will keep our industry afloat, because the lay of the land with AAA is changing. And we all know that potentially there may not be AAA studios in the U.S. anymore. They may get put elsewhere in the world because it's cheaper to make games outside of the U.S. Mm-hmm. And then they'll keep leadership and they get the big bucks, and it's capitalism and all that great stuff. But I also, what I want people to realize too is that with successful indies, like they didn't just pop out of nowhere, like the Claire Obscure team, like some of those folks came from Ubisoft. Some of those folks were very privileged, and they had a pool of $10 million to work with.
Yeah.
Not every indie has the privilege of having that pool.
Definitely.
Same thing with Silksong, an amazing game, but built on the shoulders of Hollow Knight and the success of Hollow Knight and the community that was built around that. So to me, these are outliers that I wish were the norm, but the reality is that they're not. Most indie games out there just struggle to have some type of visibility on Steam or some type of visibility in like the Apple Arcade. It's really, really tough, and you need money to make money. That's the really, really hard part. It's like you want a spot at the Game Awards. Do you have $250,000? Probably not.
Yeah.
So then you kind of like screwed over, and then you have to find other avenues like the Wholesome Game Showcase or maybe Nintendo Direct if you're putting something out on the Switch. Like finding different avenues to then expose yourself and gain community, doing the circuit, going to PAXs and like GDC and showcasing. But I wish that players understood how much money it costs to like go to these things. So imagine like not having a lot of money to make a little game. Maybe let's say you have a full-time somewhere and you're getting paid, I know a decent salary, right? But then you're funding yourself to make the game, right? So imagine going to Gamescom, let's say in Germany, and you're from the U.S. Like, how much money does it cost to get the badge, the hotel, and the flights? Per person, right? So then if you're looking at $15,000 to send 2 people out, you're going to be really careful as to, like, where you're going to go. You know what I mean? So it really sucks. Like, being an indie developer is great, but it also comes with so much risk and burden because you don't have the money that some folks have. And that's why I applaud teams like the Among Us team, because they made so much bank. And they're like, we literally have so much money. How can we help other people?
Yeah, that was so cool.
They opened up Outer Sloth.
Yeah.
And now they're funding other teams,
Incredible.
And it's great because people don't know either how bad these investor and publishing deals are sometimes. They completely take advantage of teams. And they're like, oh, yeah, we'll give you the money that you want. We're going to take like 70% of your cuts. And it's like, how are you supposed to survive after that? And these are the things that you learn from having friends, from like Quentin said, being in community and learning things from other people so that you don't repeat the same mistakes. And that's what it's all about. In AAA, it's a little bit more secretive, I
talk about it all the time, how secretive budgets are and all of that information.
Later. It comes after the game releases and you find out, oh, yeah, such and such game cost $250 million and they were able to barely break even. You're like, wow, that's wild that they were able to break even with such like all the resources and the big communities that they have, notoriety and all of that. So when you compare that with an indie, it's like, I don't know, community college students versus like Harvard Ivy League. Like it literally feels like that. You're competing with people who have privilege and like all these things, and you're here just a little guy, like an underdog. But the underdogs are winning. I think that's what I'm trying to get at, regardless of all these challenges and obstacles. We're really being like, come hell and high water, like we're gonna make it. We're gonna help each other. But the reality is that some teams are better suited and better prepped to succeed than others. And we just hope to be one of those ones that do succeed, and then we can pay it forward as well. That's the whole point.
One of our favorite games this year was Blueprints.
Blueprints.
So good. I'm so
I sank so many hours in Blueprints. That was my holiday week was just playing Blueprints.
So epic. I love it.
Awesome. Yeah, I spent my holidays playing Sable. I really like Sable. I got in that. And there's a climbing game called Jusant.
Jusant, yes.
Have you played that
Heron
one?
just came out.
Heron just came out.
Yeah,
Yes, another climbing game.
Okay. So the small indies.
Yes.
Love those.
The best. Always
Literally,
the best. Like Darkest Dungeon, Rogue Legacy. Those are all my obsessions of the last like 3 or 4 years.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you both so much. Wow. I could talk to you for hours. That was inspiring, insightful. Like, you guys just hit all the beats of everything. So just thank you so much. But before you go, so on the Easy Allies podcast, we do bets.
Okay.
Just fun little bets. The winner at the end usually gets like a poem written about them or something. Like
Very
just
cute.
really silly stuff. But because you are guests, we have this thing called the Wild Card Team, and they, whenever we have guests on the show, they're going to add to the name of that team. So it's just going to be, by the end of the year, it's going to be this huge, big, long name. Right now, the name is, so far, we have the Herd. So each of you come up with just a word to add to the Herd. Any word you want, but to just add to the name of the Wild Card Team, which right now is the Herd. You can add any words you want. Any word. One each. You can also add, like, the blank or something. That's fine. But any word. Take your time. No pressure.
Go first.
Okay. I gotta think about this.
Yeah. Take a minute.
How about can it be a small phrase, or does it has to be a single word?
Usually
or
a single word.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
single
okay.
word. Single word.
Okay. How about Phoenix?
Phoenix. Okay.
All right.
Good one. All right.
Cool. Can mine be in another language?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
So, for those of you that do not know, I am Indigenous. I'm part Indigenous. And last year, I was able to enroll in my tribe, and we're the Hiwayawa Taino of the Caribbean. So, it was really cool that I was able to enroll and actually have a tribal ID and everything.
Wow.
But I've been learning our language, our original language, which is reconstructed because the real language was not survived through colonization. Wow. But in learning my language, my favorite word is hahomse, which means grateful. So I think I will add hahomse into that slot.
Wait, how do you spell it?
How do you spell it? Hahomse is HAHOM apostrophe E.
That is amazing.
I mean, apostrophe SE, hahomse.
Wow.
We love
Yes,
that.
Hahomse.
Phoenix and Hahomse.
And that language is called Hiwayawa.
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 Wait, can I change my answer? That's way cooler than mine. Come on. No, it's
That is
come
way
on.
too
Of
cool.
course you need to go first.
Way too cool.
I made a mistake. My brain fried. My tribe is Hiwayawa. Our language is Hiwataia. Hiwataia is our language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
She
But
got
I'm
me.
learning little by little.
Dang it, Elaine.
I can see my name is Elaine in my language is Dairile Elaine.
Wow.
So I've been learning little by little,
That's
little
so
things.
What's the process like of learning that? Like what are the resources and
So it's just in our tribe.
Yeah.
Like we have there's a language team, and our chief is the one that decades ago started this process of trying to revive the language. So he has been connecting with linguists in Puerto Rico and like archaeologists and other Arawak language speakers because. If you know the history of the Caribbean, we were all originally from tribes that spoke Arawak. That's like the root language, just like Latin is for like Spanish and Portuguese and such. And then dialects came out of that. So Puerto Rico had its own dialect. I'm also half Dominican because my father's from Dominican Republic. So their dialect is a little bit different. But they're trying to reconstruct from what has survived and from people that speak those like dialects. But it's taking like 30-something years. We have our second edition dictionary. They have about 10,000 words. And some words are like brand new that they had to figure out because like, what is the word for fridge like back in like the 1400s when the ancestors were like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So they're trying to reconstruct, and it's really interesting in our classes to know like the way that we reconstructed fridge was utilizing two words, ice and box. And when we put those words together, that's the modern word for fridge.
Wow.
Things like that.
Crazy.
And then they talk a lot with the Maori in Aotearoa in New Zealand because they have had te reo survive. So in speaking with them, it's like, well, what are some things that you're doing to revitalize some of those words? So the words of the week are like based on elements, things like that. So they reconstructed like Monday is fire day. Wednesday is rain day. So trying to like figure those things out. Yeah. But it's beautiful work that they're doing.
I love that
just
so
love
much.
learning it.
Wow.
Yeah, so we have access to it as tribal members. And super, super cool.
That's great.
My teacher, which is Tekina, her name's Tekina Ra, she's also the cacique, which is the chief of Boricua, like the Boricua Hiwayawas, which is the entire island of Puerto Rico.
Wow.
So my teacher is also our chief. So it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's awesome.
Oh my god.
But anyway, yeah, look
love
us
that.
up. We're doing really cool stuff. We're the Hiwayawa. Yeah.
That's so cool. You both are the best. Unbelievable. Ironroot Games. We are eagerly waiting,
waiting.
but no rush, no pressure, no rush.
pressure,
Yeah,
please.
take your time.
Okay.
Seriously.
We will take
We
our
will.
time.
Please.
Yeah, we will.
Please, take your time.
We will.
Yeah. Thank you both so much.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you,
yes.
Huber.
Anytime. Door is always open. And we'll see you next time. It's time to just give one more shout out to God of fucking War, Silent Hill Townfall, Castlevania, Trevor Belmont something,
Belmont's Curse.
Belmont's Curse, Guns of the Patriots. We got it all, baby. We got it all. Let's dive in.
Oh, the lights work this time. Oh, no, they don't. What the fuck? Love and respect.
All right. From Oliver Leland. Hello, Oliver. Happy Valentine's Day, allies. Couple days away.
Oh, yeah.
Get your Hallmark cards?
No.
No?
I don't know if we have a specific plan.
No?
Friends of ours are throwing a joint birthday party on Valentine's, and we're just going to go to that.
Nice. Little Valentine's birthday.
Yeah.
There's gotta be a Jill Valentine joke in there somewhere.
I thought Valentine only came once a year.
But
Something,
Oh, that's
something,
James
Valentine.
Bond one,
Got
right?
it.
Yeah, Christmas of the
Oh,
King one.
God.
Yeah, it's stupid as shit.
Something, something, Valentine. Stars.
We'll have a Jill sandwich and then
Time to get romantic and talk about feelings. What are some of your favorite love stories in gaming?
yo.
Love.
Good question. Dude, I mean Baldur's Gate 3 is chock full of them.
Chock full.
Real good romance. Obviously Mass Effect 1 and 2 and 3. The Missing, shout out to The Missing.
The Missing.
JJ
Hype.
McField. You know, sort of romance, sort of other stuff. Geez, there are a lot. I mean, Final Fantasy 7.
Last of Us 1, for sure.
Huh?
He loves her.
Oh, yeah, like a different kind
loves
of
her.
love.
Yeah.
Parental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a love story.
You said Final Fantasy 7, but Final Fantasy 10 for me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Titus
baby.
and Yuna, that like whole game, like
Yeah.
one
Oh,
of the.
baby.
Yeah.
I felt like since obviously there've been other examples, but for me, like Final Fantasy 4, they had Cecil and Rosa. Even in its like pixel based art form, it showed them like being in a relationship. But a lot of the other games, it's like kind of tiptoed around it because they would love to do that thing called shipping, where they want like fans to argue over who ends up with each other. Final Fantasy X was really good about it and had was very explicit in that relationship, and I think has like one of a very memorable scene about midway through the game, and obviously the ending of the game. So like it really it's like goofball Titus, when wins are over, fish out of water, Titus, and he ends up, becoming like feeling like a little bit more normal and not so like detached from everything.
Yeah.
The 10 and 10-2 like HD remastered duology
So great.
has been on sale on Switch 2 for $20. And I've almost bought it like 5 times.
Do it. I have it on Vita.
But I'm like, am I ever going to replay those? Like, I love those games, but it's like, am I going to find the 200 hours to I don't know.
It's not 200, but they're long for
They're
sure.
long.
They're
But I
so-
love them.
Yeah.
10-2 especially is just like,
So
oh my
fun.
God, formative.
so
Dress
fun.
spheres.
So
Let's
fun.
go.
Life is Strange 1's probably my favorite love story.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. So good. Tragic.
Maybe
Either
less
way.
so now.
Damn it. They better not ruin that.
Who knows?
They better not ruin that.
But
Please
wouldn't you
don't
want them
ruin
to like get back together and like
Of course.
bang in a tornado or something?
I want them to be together, but I also don't want to like ruin what's come before,
Right,
you know?
right.
So,
Right.
yeah. All right. Love stories and games.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I feel like one of my favorites I haven't mentioned, but I can't.
It'll come.
It'll come.
When it comes, shut it up.
Yeah.
It'll come.
Probably Honey Pop.
What is that?
It's like a hentai match 3 game.
Oh my god. Oh my god. How do you even know that?
How
do you know that?
That is the only sex game I've ever like bought.
Oh my god.
Besides singles, I guess, back in the day. But like, because I didn't know. I thought it just looked like a fun.
know.
No. I didn't know. No. Let me clarify. I knew it was like a romance, like little puzzle game. I did not know it would get like naked later. I didn't expect that. Because at the time they didn't have that in the ads or whatever.
Yeah, this seems wholesome,
It,
honestly.
it seems like wholesome
Yeah.
at first blush.
Yeah.
Then it had me blushing later. But
Holy shit.
yeah, I played it for the articles. Yeah.
Play for the, yeah. You play for the story. Exactly.
Yeah. Top 10 sex games.
All right, My Latin Lover.
Second Life.
Hola, Alice. Love is in the air, and I want to know what series you love needs a fresh new game. Not Castlevania anymore.
Woo!
Not a remaster, but something brand new. Personally, a new .hack game is way overdue, and I'd love to see a new entry. Here, you are blessed with the spark of love. Will a new .hack
Spark of
reveal
hype.
itself? Spark of hype. Hype and love. Let's go. Will a new .hack reveal itself soon? I don't know about soon, but everything returns. Everything returns. And .hack is a prolific franchise.
There were so many.
There are so many, and the fact that you, my Latin lover, want a new one as a fan shows that the fan base, you are speaking for the fan base, it shows that the fan base wants a new entry. So there is a pulse from the fandom. I think we can absolutely get a new dot hack for sure. Whether that's a brand new one or a spin-off or even a collection or remake or remaster situation.
I remember when we were reacting, I said it, but like when they showed Digimon, Time Stranger or
Digital,
whichever one of those, Cyber Sleuth or one of those, I was like, is this a dot hack game? Like I thought it was a dot hack. So yeah, I loved those as a kid. Like I think I only played like the first one or two, and I watched the anime as a high schooler or whatever. Dot hack, dude.
Dot hack.
Yeah, I mean, shit, man. Portal?
What was the last one? Whoa.
I want a Portal.
That'd be fun.
I want a Portal 3.
The last dot hack was 2017.
Woo!
I didn't know it was that long.
That's actually more recent than I thought.
So 2027, 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Last release.
Of the last release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Dot Hack 1 had to have come out in like 2002.
2002.
Holy shit, I just pulled
Nailed it.
that.
Wow. Crazy.
I would like. I have three. I want to see a new Mega Man X.
Oh.
X.
Yeah.
Not the regular Mega Man. I like Mega Man X. Come on, Capcom, make it happen.
Yeah. And Legends.
This next one will never happen, but I still want it.
Don't say never.
And also, last entry was 2017. Gravity Rush.
Oh,
Gravity
yeah.
Rush 2 came out in 2017.
Yeah.
Conturl's doing it.
And also, can't believe it's been 8 years since this last entry. Valkyria Chronicles 4 was in 2018.
yeah.
I was like, yeah, what?
That's
what?
crazy.
I was like, that was only a few years. Oh, 8 years ago. I was like, oh, wow. You know what? That's like almost as much time as between the release of Valkyria Chronicles and 4. I was like, we're getting close. I was like, yikes.
Damiani, what about a Team Asobi Gravity Rush? Think they could do it? Because they got merged with Japan Studio.
Ah.
I would take it. I mean,
The technical know-how they would
Remember
bring
we
to
asked we asked oh my god, why am I blanking right now? Our special guest star in SGF last year.
Shuhei Yoshida?
Thank you. Yes, I know what you're saying.
Oh
right now.
my god.
But their words to me, I do remember the important part. When I asked about Gravity Rush,
Yes.
they were like, I've had a very long day. I was at the
Yes.
DMV for like four
Damiani
freaking
was.
hours.
Yeah, Damiani
waiting.
had a long day.
My brain melted.
Nobody likes the DMV.
They said like maybe another developer could do it or something.
Oh, yeah.
Don't give up hope. So it's like,
Gotta give
there
them
you go, Huber. I'm with you.
You gotta give them hope.
Sophia
Harvey
really
Milk.
wants a Left 4 Dead. Like
Left
a
4
legitimate
Dead.
Left 4 Dead. Yeah.
Left 4 Dead. Where is it?
Where is it?
Where is it?
People, I feel like it's always interesting to me.
Where is it?
It's interesting to me when like something is so beloved that like 6 different companies will hold my beer, make a Dino Crisis or a Left 4 Dead or a, whatever.
I know.
And it's like, why do the original IP holders not just then say, okay, there's a demand for this?
Just
like-
not fucking with their masterpiece is the
I mean,
only thing I can think of is that
maybe?
you go back today, right this second, you beat up Left 4 Dead 2, and it is a
Still
flawless
hits.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, it still hits.
Perfect 10 out of 10.
But like, and I know this isn't true for everybody because like sometimes it can tarnish the past, but like a Left 5 Dead would, like even if it wasn't great,
5 Dead.
Left 4 Dead would still be sick,
Left 5 Dead.
Left 5 Dead.
But it's 3 Left 5 Dead,
Yeah.
but it's number 3 in the franchise. It's
I would call it
Everyone's like, what?
Left 4 Dead, 5 Dead for me, or 3 Dead for 3 Dead 5 me. That's what you call it.
goes without saying, obviously Shenmue.
Oh my God, Left 4 Dead where the E is a 3. Yeah.
And Evil Within.
Oh my God, yeah.
I'm like begging, like I want Evil Within 3 so badly, and I just am scared we will never get it. It is like one of the biggest fears of a game we won't ever get is that. Yeah. I want it so bad. just one more, just finish the fight, close it out, you know. Like you said, Damiani, about a TV show that gets canceled, you know. It's like with video game franchises, it can kind of feel like that sometimes, where it's like there's so much left unsaid. Yeah. Like you have this cliffhanger ending, you know, not a full cliffhanger, but like you have these hanging threads.
Evil Within 2?
Yeah, that are just not fully resolved.
Hey, I'm very close to, because of all that, I'm very close to starting Severance, because they said 4 seasons.
There you go.
They greenlit 3.
Nice.
Getting close. You're almost there.
Yeah.
Almost there. But I won't till they get the
Till it's locked in. Yeah.
Same with the 2 Game of Thrones spin-offs. Not till they're
Night of the Seven Kingdoms is so good. They already confirmed season 2.
So?
But it's based on a really, really, really short book. That'll finish for
That
sure.
is true.
That'll
So
finish easily. It's probably 2 total seasons.
Yeah. But the House of Dragon, that is the one where I'm like,
well, they already picked up
that.
season 4, and it's confirmed to be the last one.
Yeah. So when it's done, I will watch it.
Okay. Yeah.
So different rule. Game of Thrones stuff, it must end, and people must tell me it does not suck.
Yeah. Game of Thrones is a special case, yeah.
Yeah, that's a special case.
God. Yeah. A lot of a fun question, you know, just so many franchises that have been gone for a long time, you know, staples of this institution to an older generation, us now, basically. You know?
Don't say that.
It's true. Like so many of these franchises from our youth and our childhood that have been gone for so long.
Hit me with another Zork.
I don't even know what that is.
If you want to get old,
yeah.
Hit me with a Zork Nemesis sequel.
Yeah. All right. Like, so many. Could go on and on.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, my Latin lover. Brandon Kagan. Hello, everyone. This past weekend, I finished my first ever playthrough of Super Mario Galaxy 2 and Dispatch. Quite a duo there.
Yeah.
Interesting duo.
Spiritual sequels.
And if it didn't get indefinitely delayed, I would also be gearing up to play through Deus Ex for the first time via its remaster. Indefinite delay.
Yeah.
Because I've gone through this recent run of firsts, I wanted to ask, what was the last older game, so anything at least a year after it first came out, you decided to play for the first time, and why did you decide to take the chance then as opposed to at launch or pre-release? Thanks for taking this submission if you do, and stay easy, fellow allies. So a game that you just took a while to get to.
Okay.
And why?
But not necessarily a remake?
Correct. What was the last older game? So anything at least a year after it first came out, you decided to play for the first time.
It's interesting because, like, since starting at this job, I either play everything I'm interested in or hear about almost every game as it's happening, you know? But I know I've done this many times. Can anyone think of one?
I can't think of the most recent one I did, but some I've done was Dark Souls 3 with Huber playthrough.
Oh, yeah.
That was definitely way after it came out.
I played Demons after Dark Souls 1, so yeah.
Yeah. Dark Souls 2. I didn't play that when it came out. I only played that last year for the first time.
And you thought it was a perfect masterpiece. Yeah, that's
yeah,
cool.
I did. Oh,
So
yeah.
fun.
Great hit detection and great movement.
It does, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Huber, Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing! Loving Animal Crossing.
Huber.
Loving it. Slow burn, slow pace. Bear with me. I'm playing slow. That does not mean I am not fully into it. I really enjoy it. Big time. I got my house up.
Hell yeah,
Had
finally.
some visitors to the island. Sarah Knight came.
Ah!
Visited. Had some other visitors.
We want to come visit you when you're streaming sometime.
Yeah. And I'm doing the fossils right now. Trying to pay off some bank loans from Tom Nook.
Do you have your museum?
Not fully, no. I'm doing the
okay.
fossils. I'm
okay.
2 away.
Collecting
2 more.
the fossils.
Yeah.
I should play Majora's Mask.
So fun.
Shit. Well, I had one and I forgot it again. Fuck.
I'm still working through it. This is a lifelong thing, is the entire Final Fantasy franchise. All of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I had one on NES when it originally came out, and that was so long ago, before the internet, before I even knew what the hell a franchise was. You know, I didn't put two and two together that it was like this big deal, this big thing. So I had one on NES and played it a ton, but then I didn't really play the franchise again until 7. So I missed a lot of the old Final Fantasies, but the pixel remasters are a nice way to kind of just hop into some of the older ones. So just a franchise I really want to go through, you know, all the way, whole thing.
Oh my God. I don't know if this is stealing yours, Don, but like through Atari time, this is like the ultimate answer. Don and I have been playing a boatload of Atari games.
So
Year
sick.
zero of video games themselves.
So sick.
And some of them are sick as hell.
Yeah. What was the
Atlantis,
one-
dude. That
what's
shit
the
is
one with
crazy.
that I was playing with like the alien spaceship.
Rainbow Aliens?
Oh my
That's
God.
Atlantis, I think.
So fun.
Yeah.
So fun.
Haunting Ground. Yeah. Haunting
Yeah.
Ground is a great answer. I promise we're going to finish that game. I am in love with it. It's been a busy and emotionally tumultuous month or two.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Or a year and a half.
Yeah, or decade. But yeah, Haunting Ground. Great answer too.
Hell yeah.
Don, are you there? And do you have some? Or he's busy.
Don's busy.
Don't
Don's-
harass Don.
Don's doing shit.
Leave Don alone.
Don's
He's getting
working.
all of our reactions up from State of Play. Thank you,
Yeah.
Don, for doing that.
Alrighty. Thank you, Brandon Kagan. By the way, before we get to this week's bets, Easy Alice patrons are getting 2 bonus love and respect questions. And this week we're playing another game. So if you want to get it on the extended cut, consider becoming a $5 patron at patreon.com/easyallies. You get the podcast 2 days early and ad-free, which is essential. You get into the official Discord. You can submit questions of love and respect. And so get in there. Keep it going. What are we on, 10 years now?
In March.
A decade next month, y'all.
Christ.
A fucking decade of Easy Allies. I'll clap for that.
It's been crazy.
I'll clap for that.
It's been a hell of a ride.
Here we are. We're still here.
What the
We're here
hell?
talking about freaking God of War remakes. Like,
We're
what?
gonna celebrate by violating the terms of service of Twitch in every possible way.
So down.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Drug use, nudity.
All of it.
Just
everything. We're
insane
gonna break
swearing.
every embargo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna purposefully sign an NDA to break it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll give you an NDA and then you
Yeah.
break it on air.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So that'll be our anniversary stream in March.
You can also
Play Honey Pop Uncensored. Yeah.
She read it for the articles.
I did.
Yeah.
I know this sounds like a lie, and I would cop to it. I did not know that it got so saucy. I probably still would
You
have
would
played it.
admit, she would tell us.
Honey Pop it's actually pretty good, but you know,
Is it like a franchise or is there just one?
I don't know.
Full franchise playthrough.
I do not generally go in for, you know, for the sex games because they're all usually very not my interest.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
Love it. Love it. Reminds me of Doki Doki Literature Club, but that's not
Yeah,
really a...
that's more like
Yeah.
horror
Yeah.
twist than nudity twist.
Yeah.
Also good.
Really good. You can also be a producer on this podcast, starting at $25. All of our producers get their names added to the monthly podcast credits, which Jones usually butchers, or not sometimes. Who's to say?
None of us know.
Yeah. Our platinum producers get a shout out on this podcast each and every week. This month's shout outs go to Jabberwaps, Elthanis, Lizard Wizard 64, and Raymond Wheeler III. Shout out. Now come join us on Patreon for those bonus questions. Patreon.com/EasyAllies. I was so depressed yesterday from the Olympics. I don't know if you did mention that you had seen a little bit of the ice dancing and ice skating.
Sophia was
A little
telling
bit.
me about the scandal with the French team beating the
Chalk and Bates. Chalk and Bates lost.
the most attractive woman on the planet Earth, besides of course my wife.
Absolutely devastating. They lost by like
The American lady?
point.
Yeah.
They've been together for 15 years skating.
Married.
They're like 36 and 33 or something. Like they're going to be 40 by the next time the Olympics come around. This is probably their last shot.
Hey, go easy.
It was so
40's the new 28.
well for like the Olympic, a lot of them are like 18.
No, I know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, Lindsey Vonn is like almost my age, and she
Yeah.
like crashed hard.
Oh
so
my god, that crash was
that sucked.
insane. Just devastating. Like the Olympics
Yeah.
are so fun to watch. It's so emotional. You see these people that just give their lives to this, and it's like there can only be one winner. It's so brutal. It's
Sports.
It is. It is. But I love it.
I'm looking forward to snowboarding. Snowboarding is my stuff.
Yeah.
And so far, it's mostly been qualifiers, except
Yeah.
big air.
And a lot of skiing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biathlon, I also like, but
Yeah.
They've
yeah.
had some of that good side-by-side snowboarding. That was
yeah,
fun,
the
man.
parallels.
That
yeah,
was
those are cool.
crazy.
That's
those are
exciting.
sick. Well, and the
How do they
racing
not crash into each other?
racing boards are so crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny because on TV, like people look a lot
looks-
closer than they probably are. But
Objects
still.
in mirror seem closer than they appear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doubles luge is so funny.
Yeah.
Sophia's saying that we're going to have to watch more skiing, and I'm like,
Skiing's fun.
yeah, I like it.
The
Norwegians are very into skiing.
yeah. Oh my god, no.
She is feral. For
Oh
the,
my god,
for
no,
the
no, the
fucking cross country
Norwegian
skiing.
the fucking Norwegian guy who did the
Cross country.
yeah, the what's the word for it though?
Skiathlon? The biathlon? Which one are you talking about?
The like marathon or like
Yeah,
the and, like going
skiathlon.
uphill.
Yeah.
Yes. He is like the record holder, and he just like went up this huge incline, and he's like running with the skis.
Yeah.
It was really crazy because he got first place.
The first place guy is great.
Yeah.
The third place guy who's like cheated on his girlfriend and
Whoa.
is like doing emotional manipulation live on the air is like,
Yeah.
what a chode.
But the guy in first, Isla, had a huge lead. And the finish line is right up there. And all of a sudden he starts pumping the brakes.
Yeah, he slowed down.
And looking back, and the second place guy is like, It went from like this far back to like
I watched this.
0.8
Yeah.
second different. Dude, the guy almost botched it. What
Yeah.
was he doing there?
I don't
It was
know.
crazy.
I don't know.
Love the Olympics. Love the world.
But
coming
that
together.
guy, the good guy, the number one guy from Norway, like shouted out the name of a teammate who had passed away, like honored him with his gold medal.
That's why dude, the Olympics makes me like tear up all the time. The
Yeah.
stories they tell.
Sophia's
Crazy.
saying he didn't botch anything. He knows
He
what
still got first, but he made it really close. I was nervous.
Maybe there's some kind of an etiquette thing where you like, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
The biathlon is insane. Look up the history of the biathlon. Norwegians invented this thing because they just had to do war on skis in the early 1900s, like World War I and shit.
God.
And they were just like, yeah, we don't have an alternative to this. So they just invented being incredible at skiing and then sniping people. Fucking crazy.
Insane.
And then it just slowly got into the Olympics.
I'm doing a deep dive on
Yeah,
that.
it's crazy. And America, like, it's one of the only one of the only medals that America's never gotten.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Norway is just like you're not
You're not
going to.
competing with us. Yeah. You're like,
Biathlon
This
is
is
not.
all-
If you don't know biathlon, I know this is a long episode and we're talking about the Olympics right now, but like the biathlon is crazy because you have to ski for like a while.
Yeah.
And then you have to shoot tiny little targets, and if you miss any, you have to do like a penalty lap in this little lap area, and like try again.
Crazy.
And it's just like if you miss any, you're gonna. And there's 5 of them. So
Yeah.
like Norway and Germany and like France are like incredible at it. They ski up and they just go. Choo, 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 choo.
So insane.
And then they just
Yeah.
keep going, and you're just like, "What the hell's happening?"
It's nuts.
It's crazy. Anyway,
I watched ice dancing in like on it was my dad, my mom, and me on their bed, and we were watching ice dancing, and it was just like,
that's cozy.
this is peak life right here. So felt good. Time for bets. Let's go. This week's bet. Styx Blades of Greed comes out on the 19th. Another Styx. Solid games. Everybody adores them.
I hear they do. Yeah.
How many kills will there be in the most recent trailer posted on Blue Sky? This game comes out on the 19th. They posted on there about 8 days ago. Kind of a character recap, catching you up on the titular sticks. How many kills will there be? We will be getting a bet from our guests for the wild card as well. But for now, Damiani.
5.
5. I got this.
Oh, let me do that.
Okay. Damiani says 5. Dawn?
He's busy.
NA doesn't get a vote.
Hold on, I'm here.
No, that's how. No, you missed
No,
it.
I'm
No,
I'm here.
I'm
He's
kidding.
busy.
I'm kidding.
I'm
Done.
here. I said 14.
14.
Wow.
That's a lot of.
I have no
Gut
idea. I
stabs.
have no idea.
like it.
Yeah, I got no idea either. What?
You go.
I also said 14.
14, nice.
Whoa, kooky.
Great
This
minds,
is
baby.
hilarious. I said
great.
5.
Oh my God,
hilarious.
First time ever.
Me and Damiani
That's rad.
versus Isla and Dawn.
That's so rad.
And then we'll get the wild card bet as well.
For the Hahomse
Yeah.
Phoenix herd.
Yes.
Spoilers for the live people,
So
but
cool.
the real
The
episode.
Homse Phoenix herd.
Yeah.
So sick. Yeah, they're at DICE.
Yeah.
So
They're
that's
busy.
right. Yeah, super busy. All right. Last week's bet on February 6th, the bet was as follows. Romeo is a Dead Man released this week. How many reviews would be posted on Open Critic? Were people going to show up for Suda?
I like this bet. This is a creative bet.
Show up for Suda, show up for Grasshopper.
Yeah.
Damiani said 21. Don said 14. I said 38. Isla said 32. The wild card, we didn't have it. As of Thursday, actual retail price is 86.
Wow.
Whoa.
People showed up to
People
review this game.
showed
What?
up. That is
And
a lot of reviews for this game.
It's running the gamut too. It's getting 9s. It's getting 2s.
I love that.
It's crazy out there.
I love that. Yeah. What? I bet the Metacritic is
It's
like
like
a
70.
solid
It was 73
74.
the last time I checked.
Let's see. Open Critic. We love Open Critic. 73.
Yeah.
Yep. So cool. Swimming, baby. Give it the award now.
Swimming 7s.
Right now. All right. I took it.
You had the high.
Bringing the 2026 scores to
50 off.
the two-time defending World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers, 3. And Strawberries and Cream, 3. There we go.
He's busy.
And then Isla and Damiani at 1. But remember, Don and I both had an extra point
Oh yeah.
as well. So if
Right.
it weren't for that,
So cheaters.
you'd
is
all
what- yeah.
you'd all only be back just
pack
one.
of cheaters.
Winners, because we won last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Winner is another word for cheater.
Alrighty. Game of the Year video and deliberations.
Yeah.
We did it.
Go watch our Game of the Year video. It's produced video that we do.
Isla did a
fun.
wonderful last-minute edit of this. Absolutely fucking sick edit. Watch it if
The
you're
edit
just
happened when we figured it would. We just didn't have Jones's VO because of
still
stuff going
you
on.
Just
Yeah.
you puke it out.
Thanmes.
You puke it out, and
I'm-
it's
I'm
like
quick.
the most beautiful puke.
Thank you, Hubert.
You say puke
Thank
it out.
you.
I'm mimicking you.
Puke it out.
You say puke it out.
I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So was this a puke out? What's,
mean-
what's the opposite of a puke out?
I just edit quickly regardless. So they're all puke outs in a sense. But yeah, shout out to Jason Wishnow who pinch hit for Jones
Yes.
reading the VO. Jones is fine.
reference?
Everything's good. But what?
Isla with a fucking baseball reference?
Did I say it right?
You said pinch hit.
Pinch hit?
Pinch hit.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Calling an audible. We had Jason Wishnow come in.
Wow, a football reference? Wow. Wow.
We had Jason come into the scrum. Jason came into the scrum.
Scrum. Freaking FIFA reference. Oh, it's so good. Hell yeah. Thank you, Jason. That was
Got us
sick.
out of a sticky wicket.
I want to get into...
Jason went full send. Do you even know what sport that is?
I don't even know what that is.
That's my sport, snowboarding.
So that's right. I was going to guess that. Yeah, yeah. Nice. Yeah, we did Goaties, we got the award stream, and the state of play reactions we did before this stream. A lot of good stuff.
I'm not sure if we've put the award stream on our YouTube channel yet, but that'll probably go on there eventually.
Sick.
But the deliberations and the awards video are both up on there. And yeah, state of play reactions are on there now too. Thank you, Don, for getting those out while we're doing a podcast.
I've had a headache for like 90 minutes. Just
Really?
Like, yeah, just
You got ibuprofen.
right in. It's right in.
We're
there.
almost done.
Right there.
Land the plane.
Sometimes they're right here,
Yeah,
and then sometimes they're right here,
yeah,
gnarly,
Neck
and then sometimes
tension.
they're right here.
yeah. The ocular nerve, like right in there. That's terrible. I hate that.
All right. I get
much hype.
to shout out anything or anyone that's on my mind this week. That is going to be Kratos. I'm going to shout out to Kratos. Thank you, Sony Santa Monica, for shadow dropping this game. Haven't even played it. Hope it's good. It's cool that they do stuff like this with one of the biggest franchises in the industry. You know, we just had God of War Ragnarok Valhalla, the roguelite standalone
yeah.
game. That kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden we're getting a pixel art action platformer side-scrolling God of War out of nowhere. Like
TC Carson, dude, back in
TC
the
Carson
fray?
back in action. We're getting a remake of 1, 2, and 3. Like, thank you, Santa Monica Studios.
Thank you, India.
Yes. Because, especially with Sony, a lot of people have been annoyed at the remake and remaster output of the last bunch of years. So I think them also releasing new content on top of that is kind of the best of both worlds. Yeah. So cool. Final word, anything I've disagreed with, want to reiterate, or just popped into my head? What do we got? Final word. Watch the Olympics. Every couple years, it's just fun to see humans be vulnerable, humans, give it their all. An Olympic athlete, like dedicating your life to this thing
Yeah.
is really cool. There's such like a human element to the Olympics that I really, really love. Just like rooting for those people. It's brutal to see people lose. I can't stand it. But, even like we were watching ice dancing and like, obviously we wanted Chalk and Bates to win, but like any other team where they like, maybe slip or something, I'm just like,
Yeah.
It's like, I hate to see that, You wait 4 years for this one moment and then you just have like a little slip. It's like,
The pressure, dude.
yeah. I get to sign off with my trademark sign off. It's time for Dodgers baseball. The dead are gone, John. Only the living matter. John Wick Chapter 4. Best. Sorry.